Good evening everybody. Welcome to my Sunday night stream. I hope everybody had a lovely week this week. Had lots of gold, are enjoying 8.2 patch as it comes out. Danjinator23, how are you? Speckert, good evening to you. Jangles and Danny H. Wow, thank you all for stopping by. I hope you have had a lovely week so far. Hope you're all doing well. We're going to be doing a little bit of... just move these windows up a little bit. I'm obscuring my chat. Hold on. You missed the epic good evening, everyone. I'll say it again for you, Speckett. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to my Sunday night stream. There we go. Just for you. Can't have you missing out on the... Manor Fountain, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. I hope everyone has had a lovely weekend so far. I've been enjoying the sunshine, doing lovely stuff in the garden. So it's nice now spend a little bit of time making some gold. I've been on and off over the weekend, so I managed to relist a few auctions. I managed to get my... what have I got? My enchanting's in a good place now. I've got my groups for that. But I haven't done anything with Notorious gear. I haven't done anything with cooking. I certainly haven't done anything with Awakening and Alchemy, so there's lots and lots of things I could do to set up. I'm a long way off on my Reputation. We've been doing a few things for that. I am currently... where am I at Reputation-wise? So with the Wave Blade, I'm practically there at Friendly. I've still got a little bit more to do to get into that, and then I've got to obviously go all the way through Honoured on that front. I made use of the Dark Moon Fair as I could throughout the week. And also I did a few pet battles as well, which is really good fun. Been focused on enchants, haven't touched cooking really. Yeah, I'd like to definitely. And I've obviously Rust Bolt. We haven't really done much in there at all other than the opening quests. So there's lots of things I need to do on this front as well. So lots to play for. What I'm going to do though is I've realised that I'm going to be probably a long way off of flying. And for me, flying will get there. But I want to maximise the way I get it. I don't want to sort of like spend a lot of time only getting like 30 or 40 or 70 reputation at a time. So I want to go for the bigger things. So I went for the pet battles to start off with, and any emissaries that come up, I'm going to focus on those as well. Pet battle and the daily. Yeah, it's getting the right dailies, isn't it? Because there's loads of them. Where are we at? Yeah, Dark Moon Fair's finished, so we haven't got that anymore. But we do have, let's have a look at, let's say Mechagon, for example. So, pet battles would be useful, and there's loads of quests and stuff to do here. The Rust Bolt Daily, like kill 3 rares, open 6 chest, they're fast and a lot of rep. Oh, I didn't know about those ones, Danny, I'll have to look into those. Oh, John, thank you very much. 5 months in a row. That's amazing. Thank you ever so much for your support. Really is appreciated. Let's see. Lots of bits of everything for John. Thank you very much for your support. Good evening to you. I hope you had a lovely weekend. There's a guide to kill all the bosses in the tuning zone with just 6 different pets. Yes, Speckett. I was speaking to Pete in his stream, and I bookmarked the guide. Where was it? Let me find it, because I've been using it for Nazjatar. Let me just find where have I bookmarked it. Legendary pet battles. There was also a Reddit post I found on the WoW Reddit that was really useful. Let me copy this one. The Peleon, yes, basically that Pete. There we go. So shout out to him for giving me the link to that one. But there was also a Reddit post. Now I can't remember exactly where that one was, but that was really useful as well, and that got me started in it. Daniel Hedge, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. I'm doing very well, thank you very much. How about yourself? And Phil, I didn't see you coming in there. Good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. So that was that link, and there was the other one. where I copied the text, the bulk of the text. Let me find it, and I copied it out onto my real-time board. It's called Miro board now, not real-time board. Hold on, let me find that as well, because that's what I've been following to do everything on that front. So this is all the pertinent points I collected from this one. So they were talking about for the pets. This is the location of all the legendary pets in Mechagon, and this is the location of all the legendary pets in Nazjatar. Some of these aren't easy, and you can't do it with the standard set. But the standard set from here was a Bone Shard, an Icky, and then something else as your third. And I've chose one other. I had Crominius, I think it was, and then I basically followed this guide to go through all of it. Good evening, Gooners, and Miriki you. My Sunday's been very good, thank you very much. Hope yours has been good as well. So I followed all of that guide and went through and did most of these pets around here and got myself, because I had the human reputation and because I had the Darkmoon Fair buff, I was getting 300 reputation per legendary battle the first time I did it, which is really good for getting my rep. So those are the things I've been focusing on. But I haven't got a link to that one, unfortunately. I need to find that one. See if I've got the link here somewhere. No, that's something different. If I find that one, I'll post that out in chat as well. Or I have got it on one of my earlier tweets from earlier. That should also work. Okay, so the sort of things I want to go through today is I want to go through my other professions, look at the Notorious gear, look at potentially, I can't really do it with Earthen because he's only 116, so he needs to get up to 120. But I also want to have a look at cooking as well, because if we look at my groups at the moment, let's just bring these up. So there's, so let's just close down tailoring and look at basically enchanting's okay at the moment. We've got the accords in there. We've got quite a good group of those at the moment, although these ones are doing very well. I might have to up the numbers on those. So I've got currently 6 of each. I might up that to 8 or 10. And then the packs and things, I might reduce down to not doing many of those at all, because I've still got 2 of each of those and 1 of each of those. And the same with the seals, I don't really need 3 of each of those. Those are the fixed price ones, those are for the turn-ins, that's why. Good evening, Marsburn. How are you and your family? Hope everything's well with you. Checking out my 8.2 enchanting shuffle sheet. I got a newbie question. It says, if you're correct, to fill DB market and market value to fill, but your TSM doesn't show DB market. Where can you see that? DB market is basically, it's in your tooltip. So if you look at something like, if we bring up something like, say, Deep Sea Satin here, the DB market is effectively the market value, which is currently here at 48. Or you could use the DB, or you could use the min buyout, which is 35 gold. It doesn't really matter too much. Those are just for the spreadsheet to give you a value of what you could sell the items for if you sold the raw mats in return. Doing very well, thank you, Marsper. Had a lovely time with the family, doing some stuff in the garden this weekend. So looking forward to a bit of WoW now. Speaking of Pilar, thank you very much. We were just talking about your spreadsheet and pets. So shout out to Pilar. Hold on, let me do the command. If you want to check out anything to do with pets, check out Pete, because he's got the goods on everything, definitely. And I am very much a novice pet person. In fact, my pets, considering my pets are at the moment just these 3. Actually, I need to swap those round. I need to do Bone Shard first. There we go. So these are the 3 I had in my team, and they were doing quite well to start with. We got a few of the legendaries down. I need to find a few more of them though. I'm missing a few. So maybe we can go and have a look at Nazjatar and do a few of those afterwards. Because I got no other level 25s at this stage, and I was having trouble with some of the more difficult pets, the legendary battles. If we have a look at the spreadsheet again, not the spreadsheet, the board, this one, the giant opaline conch, I had trouble fighting, and this one, I've done that one, the ravenous scale spawn, the pearl husk I had trouble with, and then I'm on Shadow Song, which is twinned with Asuna. But other than that, I've done... Oh, I had trouble with Mind Shackle as well. Mind Shackle was a tricky one. I did this one, Kelpstone. I think I did the Frenzied Knife Fang and these ones. I can't remember which ones I've done now, which is a shame. I didn't cross them off after I did them. So I'm going to have to go back and maybe try them again. But I think I got most of them whilst I had the Dark Moon Fair rep. So I got myself a decent amount that way. But other than that, we're doing okay. Rep-wise, yeah, we're just, as I said, we're just coming out of Friendly into Honoured. And we've still got a lot of stuff to do here on... Where's my character sheet? A lot of stuff to do on Rustbolt. We're still at neutral on that one. You've never done a pet battle. I think you got 10 pets that you picked up somewhere at level 1. Yes, that's exactly where I was up until last week, Merrick. Never really done a pet battle. I haven't done the mailbox yet, Marsba. So what I did is I went to my garrison and I did the one-off quest that you can do there, which is called Unearthed Arcana, I think it is. And you basically, all you have to do is go to your mine, pick up a stone and go back, and then you get a thing that allows you to upgrade one pet straight away to level 25. And I luckily had 3 garrisons from Samadan, Awakening and El Morte all at level 3. So I had that quest, and so I was luckily able to get 3 pets up to 25 and then run around and do the legendary ones, which is really useful. I just followed a guide in terms of what buttons to press. I'm far from a pet master, that's for sure. But we're going to do the mailbox now, because I haven't done that yet. Let's find myself, where are we? It's raining in Proudmoore Keep. I was just doing the quests earlier. That was quite good fun. Where's the flight master? It's around here, down the corner. I'll take a flight back to the trade district, I think. We can have a look at everything that's there. Let's go on over. There we go. Steam Cage, how are you? I'm doing very well, thank you very much. Thanks for stopping by. We're just on our way to check the mailbox. I haven't checked it for a couple of days. I know my enchants have been doing quite well. I haven't really focused on anything else other than those. I really don't think I've restocked on many of the old world enchants either. So it'll be interesting to have a look at them. See what we have actually sold over today as well. It was looking quite good before. Any tip to make some gold? I just came back into 8.2. It all depends on what you enjoy. Personally, I'm doing a lot of stuff with professions, although with these professions it does seem to be that you need to get everything up to the maximum BFA level, so you need to go and update your professions up to level 175. For example, enchanting, you need to certainly get Ewan's Enchanting Rod, follow that quest, but that's if you're into professions. There's a lot of things you can delve into on that. Make sure you do the Mardiv's lab in Naz. It's pretty big rep, only once a week. Oh, I did do the lab actually, Dangenator. I did manage that one. If you have flying, herbing and mining is pretty good. Yes, exactly. Picking up raw materials. If you want some just straight up gold and don't want to worry about professions, then that's definitely worth doing. Comes to the auction house in the Stormwind Dwarven district. I certainly could, P. Leon. Is it P. Leon or is it Lion? Is it Lion or Leon like the city? I never know how to pronounce your name. Right, we'll go to Stormwind. P. Lion, okay. Marvellous. I always think of Lyon, the city. Let's go on over. I'm going to see how the proper pet people do things. There we go. Let's have a little flight over. I'm currently having fun rebuilding the Dwarven District in 3D as a little side project as well. I had a lot of fun making a Stormwind fountain the other week, and I was doing like a fluid simulation with the waterfall effect. That was quite good fun. I can't show anything yet, but once I've done it, I'll post that up. Post a link to it, certainly, Pete. Within the last week, you made 1 million gold, and then spent about 600,000 on more mats. Love them raids, absolutely. Oh wow, that's absolutely loads. Are you sure? Can I offer you some money for these? They must be worth a decent amount. There's what, that's 5, 10... That's worth loads, that one. That's 60,000. That link and those pets. This was the link I showed on the... yes, this was the one I showed. I showed on... at the beginning of the stream before you came in. Yes, that was the one. That was brilliant, that one. But that's very kind of you. Thank you very much. If you do want some gold, let me know. Or I can send them back to you once I've done. I just noticed Cookie Cam today. Already got a day off. He's not come down yet. It's not quite quiet enough for him. Oh, that's very kind of you, Pete. So we do have Cookie just sitting on the top there. I had to zoom it in, but she's stretched out. Hard to see at the moment on the sofa. Pay it forward to someone else in the stream and share them out. That's very kind of you. I'll certainly do that. Help anyone out with getting their pet battles done. But maybe we can go over and have a check on those a bit later when we go to Nazjatar. Although I did discover it's pronounced Nazjatar. They actually pronounce the J. I thought it was a silent J. But after hearing my followers pronounce it, I figured that must be the way you're supposed to pronounce it. But whilst we're here, let's go check the mailbox and have a look what we've got. Been getting into pet leveling, found a good site for help. I thought it was silent. Yeah, me too. It wasn't until my follower corrected me. Well, he didn't correct me. He just pronounced it how he wanted to pronounce it. Maybe not. Mailbox in the Dwarven District. Exactly, Danny. That's why I chose to make this in 3D. Well, not make it in 3D, but convert it from 3D, because it's one of my favourite places. Right, so, oh wow, we've got loads actually in the mail. This is a good one. Okay, let's take the expires out. So, we have lots of accords. We did have a turn-in from earlier this morning, which I happened to be just on, so I bought a whole load of deep sea satin for a 10 turn-in and upped the price on those. So that was a nice little flip on those. We've also got a Accord of Versatility, a Accord of Critical Strike, a Galley Banquet's done alright there. A couple of gifts there of Versatility, and then we have Oceanic Restoration, Machinist Brilliance, Accord of Haste, Accord of Mastery, Oceanic Restoration, so a good mix of all the different enchants. Bountiful Captain's Feast have come through nicely, so people are still using the cheaper cooking, especially for raid time it seems. Good evening Nobby, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. And then we've got some more Machinist Brilliance. Actually saw some blue overalls there. Then Accords, a few Tome of Illusions, Pandera, Cataclysm and Northrend. I haven't got any Azeroth ones on at the moment. And a couple more. I did manage to sell 10 Umbra Shard just by posting them on as a single amount. That's a decent amount as well. So managed to return some of my Umbra Shards. So all in all, 86,000 for Samadan. That's probably a couple of days worth. That's since Friday really. So that's kind of like the weekend's worth of sales for Samadan. So I'm really happy with that, 86,000. Right one too. How are you? Good evening. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a lovely weekend. And good evening, Sparhawk. I'm doing very well, thank you very much. How about yourself? Good to see you stopping by. We've just gone through the mail, so 86,000. So happy with that. We're going to go and have a look on... I'll check my other characters, check their mailboxes, before we go into coming back to Samadan and seeing what we can do with our groups. see if we can maybe look at the new cooking and see if we can do something. It is cookie day today at the moment. She seems to be preferred at the moment. She's just hiding right behind on the sofa. It's hard to make out. I can't get the camera any closer, unfortunately. But she's sleeping away. Alright, so we're going to have a look at... Right, let's go over to the other characters just to see if they've sold anything. I'm not, to be honest, expecting anything, but we'll have a look. Camouflaged kitty cookie, yes, she is. She is camouflaged. Brown cat on a brown sofa. So I'll have a look. So talking of that quest, if you want to upgrade, if you haven't upgraded your pets to level 25 and you've never done any pets before, what you need to do is go over to this person over here, the pet person, and they'll have a quest, which I don't have anymore now, but it's called Unearthed Arcana, I believe. Let me just find the... where did it say? Unearthed Magic. That's the quest. So you should have a quest for Unearthed Magic, and what they'll ask you to do is then go over to your mine, and there'll be a stone to pick up, and you pick that up and you fly all the way back, and you hand it in, and then you get this other thing that gives you a nice level 25 pet boost, which is really handy. But anyway, carry on. Let's go check the mail here whilst we're here. No, I didn't expect anything on Awakening. We don't really have anything of massive significance on him at the moment. A few different bits and pieces, but we need to really have a proper look at alchemy later. I need to have a look at the actual skilling out, because we're only at level 121 of 175, so I've still got quite a lot of stuff I need to do there. Means you can then buy and learn other 25s on the auction. Exactly, once you've got 125, then it's really handy, because I didn't have any up until that point, so I couldn't actually sell any more for that. Now either Oreo has clogs on tonight, or someone keeps sneaking into the room. It's not Oreo, we're just... my family's just doing stuff in the garden at the moment, so they're going back and forth. No need to apologise. So nothing on Awakening. We'll go back over to Earthen. Earthen might have a couple of sales, I'm not sure. Now I really would like him to be level 120, but unfortunately we're not there yet. He would be really useful at this stage to get the Notorious Leather going, just in case I manage to get some sales with that. You never know. One side note, the garrison has to be level 3 for the pet area to unlock. Yes, it does. That is good to remember that. So any other characters, like I believe El Morte doesn't have his garrison leveled up yet, so we'd have to work that one. Wait for time walking next week and level up doing time walking dungeons. Yeah, that's another good idea, Peep Squeaker. I've not really done time walking. Oh, we do have some sales here though, that often, but it would be nice to go back to old content. So Sinister Combatants, not really expecting much from those at this stage. But we do have Drums of the Mountains, a weird one. Ship Scale Arm Guards, Vest, Greaves and Waist Guards. So someone's looking to update a character at that point. And of course Leather Waist Guards. So I wasn't expecting many sales of those, but that's still another 8,500. So I'll take that. Time Walking gives a lot of XP. Oh, okay. With average pet difference being 10k between level 1 and level 25. It's worth the 5k to upgrade alts, garrisons. You're just no worries, Pete. It's all useful information. Yeah, you can do that, can't you? You can buy the pets, but then you need the extra. This extra experience means you could probably level pets up quite quickly, can't you? But it's not the. It's called what's it called? Super Squirt, isn't it? When you get this and something else to be able to level pets up really quickly. I've not got to that stage yet. We're still just in the fledgling area of pets at the current moment. Why do I have two cameras? If you look carefully, the God one, you can see my cat Cookie is lying just here at the top of the sofa. Normally it's Oreo who sleeps on the on the ground next to me, but it's a bit busy at the moment, so he's not come down yet. When it's all quiet, he comes down and has a little play. You level them to 25 in 13 minutes now. That's really quick. Yeah, that's the kind of thing I'd like to be able to do. It's like the moons aligning. Pet battle bonus week lines up with one of the pet garrison dailies. Ah, right, okay. Yorch, thank you very much for the follow. But I'll have to look out for that one. Find out when the next one is. Let's just post those on, just kind of as a rough price for the moment. You never know. We may need to restock here as well. The gold one, thank you very much for the follow as well. So let's carry on. We've gone through Earthen, so he had 8,500. A little bit. Again, I'm not expecting a lot from them. El Morte, though, has been doing quite well with the Living Steel. So we do need to make sure we carry on with that and do the transmute daily on that one. 75% extra XP from food buffs and plus 10 from Safari Head. Ooh, I didn't know about those factors. I'll have to look those ones up. So your pet can get XP buffs from food. Interesting. I hadn't considered that. What food do you need? Right, oh, there we go. We do have a sale. One sale of Living Steel, so that's ticking through nicely. Another 1,300 gold. I'll take that. How are we doing for gold at the moment? 11,000. Pretty decent for someone who's only level 84. Oh, you buy them with pet tokens. Oh, that's a shame. I was hoping there'd be an avenue for my cooking now with the polished pet charm. Okay, we'll have to make sure we can try and get some of those, perhaps. So I need to do my daily transmute. I've still got loads of trillion bar left. So I'm going to do this each day. Get myself, hopefully, more than one living steel. Just the one at the moment. So that's done. I think everything else is in a position where it can stay on. Let me just check, see if I need to do any cancel scans. I will leave that as it is. So I'll just post on that living steel. Might get another sale on that one. Do the pet battles, you've probably already got enough. Do the pet battles in you've probably got enough to buy a few of them. I don't know if I have at the moment. I don't have much in the way of. I haven't done many world quests with the pets yet. That's the main thing. But we can go back and have a look at those. Done most of the characters. Done everyone now. So I'll leave everyone else for the moment. So we'll go back to Samadan and we'll work out what we can do next. And we'll have a look at, I don't know if there's any, there's a few pet battles that I haven't done yet. So we could maybe have a look at those whilst we're talking about pets and just go through that as an example. I'll pop these ones into my pet inventory, so we've got access to them. And then we need to know what. Oh, there goes Cookie. She's gone now. So I'll turn the camera off for the moment. There we go. So a few things to do here. I've got some junk to sell. We're going to look at the professions in a moment. Let's check that we probably need to restock on things. Let me just check that, because I bet you there's loads of stuff we need to do. So auctions are on. We sold some more deep sea satin. That's good. Probably need to do a cancel scan on our BFA accords and weapons, just to make sure that we're the latest on those. Because the only way you can really get some decent sales, because the markets are quite active at the moment. Greetings, Gundir Quid. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. Is Alchemy Potion Transmute Flask Mastery in BFA? I don't know about the Mastery in BFA. I believe the thing you need to do in BFA is to do the quest. I haven't done it yet. The one that gives you the Silas quest that gives you the buff. And if you get that, it's the Tools of the Trade quest that gives you a buff that when you've got that, you get it randomly for the hour that you then get a chance, a much increased proc rate after that. Oops. Zesty, how much gold do I make a month on average? On average, it's about 400 to 500,000, I would say, from looking at my end of month summaries. It can be as low as about, say, 250,000, or it can be as high as 900,000. It all depends on what's going on. Only useful for the living steel, pretty much. What was that for? By the way, tip for all enchanters, I noticed that old enchants like quick and deadly navigation still sell pretty well. We'll try that on other servers as well. Yeah, I've noticed a lot of my critical strikes, the packs of critical strike, are still selling. Been a while since you last did alchemy. Yes, I use the living steel one. As Daniel says, my El Morte, my second alchemist, is my transmute master. Been a while since you last did alchemy. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting into it in BFA. We haven't really touched it yet, but I would like to do it some more on Awakening. We need to get started on that, certainly. So let's just take these cancels and pop them back on. We don't seem to have many enchants there, so I've got a feeling we're going to need to make a few more. Elixir Master is great if you have the Vial of the Sands recipe, helps with the flasks you need, and transmute on another tune for the true gold. Yeah, that's what you really do need with alchemy, is multiple alchemists that can make different things, because Awakening, my main alchemist, has potion mastery as well as herbalism as his second profession, whereas El Morte is my transmute master, and he also has mining as his second, so I can do all the transmutes for living steel quite easily on him, because he can do all the smelting and everything. So it's quite easy that way to keep them separated. Right, let's just check my auctions. Going to have a look and see if we need to do a restock on. Let's start with just the regular enchants. So I look at my groups here. So these are the BFA ones and the weapons. Restock on those. Oh, just a couple of ones. So we can get started with that. We need a bit more gloom dust though, so we're going to have to make some more braces. So everything follows on from everything else. We can make 28, so let's make a few of these whilst we go. Raiding at the moment, we'll join you in turn. No problem. No problem. Have fun. Dubious Intent, good afternoon to you. Am I still looking for level 3 enchanting mat requirements for the new enchants? You have level 3 for all except Naga. Oh, fantastic. I'm not... the only one I'm looking for, personally, for Samadan at this stage is... I haven't got the Accords yet, obviously, because I haven't got the Reputation. Machinist Brilliance is the only one I'm missing. I missed the work order on that one. If I can find a work order for that, then I'll be complete on those rank 3s, which would be nice. I ought to get that Honourable Sceptre just for completeness, but it's a kind of a waste of 4 marks of honour, so I probably won't. But then the other ones, I will be, as soon as I got Revered, which will be a little while, we'll be a bit more efficient on that front. So we need some gloom dust from here, so we'll use our disenchanting of these greens is the best way to get gloom dust, really, because you can get loads of it. It's about 10 or 12 per green bracer, and we'll disenchant the blues anyway, so I'll give myself a good stock here. Oh yeah. Oh, that's my bone shard that's saying Bone Storm at the moment. Kuturus, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing very well, thank you very much. How about yourself? How have you been? We're just going through and making ourselves some gloom dust at the moment with our cheap Tide Spray linen braces. I have noticed that Tempest Hide is in short supply on my server. Calistarin, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you had a lovely weekend so far. So this should give me plenty of gloom dust at this stage. I ought to also make some more greens to disenchant, not disenchant, to scrap, to give me some Expulsum because I want to get my Notorious level up, and the only way to do that is to get my Tailoring up a little bit more. Finally got Flying and moving your alts to 120 to get the new recipes. Too much grinding. That is a lot of grinding. I'm a long way from Flying, but congratulations on yours. I know a lot of people have it now. Those that have been dedicated and gone through all the sort of daily quests and everything. So it's going to take me a while, but I'm just going to do it when it's most efficient for me. So we were talking about doing pet battles earlier. I'm also going to watch out for the emissaries and do those when they come through. Alright, so that should be enough to make my enchants, just the couple that we were going to do. So that was the Oceanic Restoration and 2 Accords of Versatility. And we'll get those back on. Dad Freddy, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. And Mianax. Good evening to you too. I just need 1k more rep for Rust Bolt, and you got it. And your farming becomes easier. Yeah, I bet you're looking forward to that one, Johnson. Wow. Flying and herb gathering is much easier. Okay, we'll post those enchants on, but I've also got some old enchants that I could probably do with doing. But I've got a feeling I'm going to need a lot more veiled crystals for that. So let's just run a post scan on these. So those are good. We'll put those on. Now I don't know how much to do the other ones. We need to have a look at these. They may take me too long though to do all of these. If I were to do all of my enchanting, for example, and restock on those. So we've got a lot of gifts, a lot of the old enchants. We've also got Versatile, Quick, Masterful, Deadly. Only 2 of each of those. And then we've got Enchant Gloves, Sculpture and Herbalism. I don't really sell many of those, so I shouldn't really have those on, those skill up ones. And then, although actually saying that, people might, talking about flying, they might need to have that, although they've probably already got it. And then there's some stuff here that we haven't got the materials for. So what would we need if we were going to do all of this? So we need another 10 veiled crystals. That's not too bad. We need another 48 temporal crystals. Righteous orb. This is possibly doable. Some of this maybe not so much so. We need 5 blood of Sargeras. Let's have a look. Okay, let's see what we can do out of this lot. Let's take some of this stuff from the guild bank and see where we're at with enchanting after this. Then we'll come back to this. Let's just add that back on. Oh, Mianax, thank you very much for your sub. Thank you very much for your support. Samalong, Samathumbs. Thank you very much indeed. That's very kind of you. Thank you for your support. Let's see. That's some Samathumbs, Samalong. There we go. Thank you very much indeed. Really is appreciated. People have been buying your enchant gloves as soon as you put them up. Oh really, Gundir? I don't have much luck with those for some reason. I haven't done many of those cooldowns actually. Reminds me. Right, so let's have a look at some of this stuff. Right, enchanting vellum we need from the vendor. So let's sell trash, as I had some of that. And let's buy a stack of 200 enchanting vellum. Get that sorted. And then let's have a look in the guild bank whilst we're here in the Dwarven District. This brings back memories. So let's get from the guild bank all of those. Arcana, large brilliant shards. And then we also need some righteous orbs, veiled crystals. Essence of water is a tricky one. Don't seem to be able to get many of those. And mysterious essence, we need to make some of those. We need spirit dust for that, ideally. That I can get quite cheaply at the moment. So looking at my favourites here. So mysterious essence from the spirit dust, because the crafting costs from the ethereal shatter, but I don't have many ethereal shards, so I'd rather do it through the spirit dust, which I can get more of, which I need 3 times as many as it is though, so I can't actually do that many from that, so we might need to buy some more spirit dust or ethereal shards if we can get them. Let's go check them. let's have a look. Whilst we're here, let's follow this through. So, shopping wise, so this is enchanting wise. So we need to go down mysterious for elemental stuff. This is what we need. Spirit dust, ethereal shards look quite cheap actually. We'll take those. We could actually buy some mysterious essence outright at those price. Let's leave that one. That's quite expensive. Let's take all the cheap spirit dusts. All at 22 silver. I'm even going to take that one at 200 because that's a good stock of them. I'll buy those. And then look at mysterious essence. Currently at 4 gold anyway, so I'm going to buy those up just to save me the hassle of doing that. There we go. So that's done. Then we can just collect those up. Does previous expansion enchants still sell enough to be profitable? Yes, they do, certainly, Gundit, and they are actually relatively cheap to make. It all depends what people want for leveling alts, really, or doing things like twinks and things like that. So it is certainly profitable. If you look at my enchanting deep dive video I have on YouTube, I go through all the ones that I've got there, and I've also got that on a paste bin as well of my current enchanting setup, of the ones that I've found have sold well for me so far. Right, so mysterious essence, we now make loads of that. We could do it through the ethereal shatter, but I'm going to do it through this one. We need 7, so we need 3 times that, so we need to make actually 21. Because that's based off of the ethereal shatter, which gives you 3 mysterious essences. So we'll make the 21 this way. And that should be easy enough to do. I haven't looked at tailoring yet at this stage. We'll go back and have a look at Notorious in a moment. But we'll get enchanting sorted first and foremost. So veiled crystals will need another 10. So we will need to make some more bracers for that. But let's just check the other things that we might need there. The righteous orb and the essence of water. Those have been quite tricky to get hold of. So let's just have a scan of those and see where we're at with those. Yeah, they're still pretty expensive. Righteous orbs there at 395. I've actually got a MAC cost of 12 gold. So that's a massive difference there. So whatever needs the righteous orb is not going to be profitable for me at this stage unless I can find a way of getting them. I don't actually know how to get hold of righteous orbs. And the others is essence of water, which we could go and farm, but again, that's kind of like not really my... Is it Stratholme? Is it control? Okay. Stratholme living side drops them. Okay, it's good to know. There's a market there if someone's looking to farm that. I'm not going to do that myself though. And essence of water is also looking. I need 9 of them, so there's too many on here for me to really find a profit in those. I'm certainly not going to farm them at this stage. So whatever needs those items, I'm going to take off my list. One of them is going to be the Tome of Illusions Azeroth. That needs the essence of water, so I'll take those off. And then I think it's the Crusader enchant. Yes, that needs the righteous orbs. I can make 1, but given the price of Crusader, we have a look at Crusader here. It's got a profit of 1,700. That's not too bad actually. So I've got a crafting cost currently of 26 because you need 2 righteous orbs. So I could still buy one and sell that for a profit with the Crusader enchant. Actually, looking at that, that's worth doing. We can at least buy 1 of those orbs. We'll do that whilst we're here. Because 395 we can soak up as our part profit, and that will help change my average buy price to be something a little bit different. Rather than being 12 gold, that'll make it a bit more realistic according to the market. We also have some deep sea satin that's sold now. I'll save that for later. So then we just need the Veiled Crystals. So, Veiled Crystals is the Bracer Super Shuffle. Now, from looking at this, let's just have a look at the price of things, because the price of things has changed somewhat. I know Tempest Hide is really low in supply at the moment, and I use that for my Honourable Combatant bracers, which has traditionally been my best and most cost-effective way of doing it. But looking at this, see, it's gone up to 7 gold 24. Good evening, Commander Bond. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a lovely week. So looking at this, Tide Spray Linen's gone all the way up to 5 gold. Shimmer Scale is at 4.95. So that's currently the cheapest. Coarse Leather is 11 gold 95, so that's certainly expensive. We're also looking at the new stuff at the moment. Crag Scale. Gilded Seaweave is a reasonable price at 9.95. I might pick up some of that, you know, because I do need some of that. And that cost is currently coming in at 32. So I'm gonna skip that one of 4. I'm gonna leave that for the Auction House Gods. I'm just going to snap up a few of these odd bits and pieces up to that 136, I think, up to 12 gold. That will help with my Gilded Seaweave, so we'll need some of that. Doing well, hope same for me and my family. Doing very well, thank you very much. Spent some lovely time in the garden this weekend. Anything to do for TSM Gathering? Each time you queue up crafts, it gives you a list of materials that does not fully cover the queued materials required. It should basically keep track of everything you've got in your bank and your guild and everything else. It depends. Sometimes TSM gets a little bit confused with secondary crafts. So if you need to craft something else, it doesn't necessarily get the right things for that, and so usually in, for example, like cooking, I add in the required number of cold tiramisu into my list, as well as the ones that are needed, say, for a feast, and it then gives me the right number of materials for those kind of things. So it could be that, I'm thinking. But other than that, I found it to be pretty decent at telling me what I need to get. But obviously your situation may be different. Good evening, Jer88. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. We're just going through and checking on the prices of things here. Now, so if I was to look at this, I mean, Tide Spray Linen, I've only got 275 left. So that's not a lot. Earthen's got some in the bags, apparently. I don't think he does, though. He might have done from his last disenchant lot. Samadan doesn't have enough at the moment at this stage. So if we were to do a Bracer Super Shuffle, let's just put in these prices. I think we need to have another re-look at this. So I'll keep the screen off to the side here whilst I fill these in, and then I'll pop it on over. Russ NSBP, I'm not sure how to pronounce the second half, if I call you Russ. Thank you very much for stopping by, I hope you're doing well. Been watching my YouTube videos for so long. Oh, that's very kind of you. Well, I'm glad you made it to a live stream, welcome aboard. We're just currently going through the Bracer Super Shuffle. I'm going to put in my new prices here for Tide Spray Linen and everything, because at the moment my prices are way out compared to here. So just move this off to the side and we'll have a look and just see what everything's at. Tide Spray is in short supply in your realm and costing 10 gold plus each. Ouch, Mirik. Good, making bank with Enchants and those Inscription Highborn trinkets, very nice, selling really good. I'd love to get into Inscription. No rush, but when you can, interested in how you edit my new spreadsheet. Where do you adjust the settings to take into account for level 3 recipes? Oh, right, okay. I can show you those. Give me one moment. My internet is slowly coming back into action. Just had to reboot WoW. Apologies for that. My internet dropped. Let's see if we can fix that up. Apologies if I missed anything there. Right, let's just come back in on Samadan and wait for that to load on up. And hopefully we'll be back. with any luck. And we're back in. Fantastic. There we go. Crossedge, thank you very much for the follow. And Fresh thank you very much for using your Prime. Thank you very much. And we just sold 2 Deep Sea Satin. Wow, that's a comeback and a half. Thank you very much. Picporo, hi, thanks for stopping by. I think everything's coming back in. Thank you very much for your Prime sub. Russ, thank you. Let me just pop some emotes in the chat. Oh, everything's coming straight in now. There we go. There we go. Doing alright and me, but doing very well, thank you very much. Apologies for that, my internet just dropped there. Oh, and we've got some follows coming in. Blutz Winebelt, thank you very much for the follow. I missed a few things there, I think. On my... Oh dear, I've got loads of things. And Carnine, thank you very much for the follow. I think I've missed them on my... With my disconnection, I've missed a few. So if I do miss you coming in, I do apologise. But thank you all. I've got lots of people coming in here. Bud Brandon, thank you very much for the follow. Yeah, that looks awesome, Meonex. I like that with the wings. That's a really good combo. I'm not sure why I've got a sudden load in there. Did I miss anything else coming in whilst I was disconnected? I do apologise. Now we're rocking, definitely. And Voss, thank you very much for the follow. Need that on a t-shirt. Yeah, a flying Brutosaur. That's a good idea, actually. I like that one. So we were looking at the Bracer Super Shuffle at the moment. So we were looking at the price of things last I was. So let's have a look. Let's take the 8.2 mats and the Sinister items off. Or just look at the raw materials just for making bracers at this stage. It seems my Streamlabs updates are all coming in now at the moment, but they're not coming on my other thing here, so that is a bit weird. So hopefully it will all catch up with itself eventually. But thank you all for the follows, everyone who's come in. Really is appreciated. So we're just having a look here at the price of Tide Spray Linen, which is 5 gold 40. Deep Sea Satin is expensive. I did actually, because there was a turn-in at the moment, I did actually pick up all of the ones that were below 48. They went down, my average purchase price is actually 35 gold. And I bought them up because there's a turn-in today, and I've been selling them in stacks of 10, which is needed for the turn-in. Oh, there we go, Force Multipliers just sold. So that's why that price is particularly high at the moment, but yes, it's always been high, unfortunately. Coarse Leather also has always been high, so my best bet for bracers is usually either Tide Spray Linen, which is currently at 5 gold 40, or Shimmer Scale, which is currently at 7 gold 51. So obviously looking at those, Tide Spray Linen is still my best bet for bracers. How many have we got at this price? I did see someone did have some big stacks on earlier, but I can't see any at this stage. So we've got 43 individual ones here, a few scraps here and there. I'm going to take that at that one, and then I'm going to take the 6 gold 49. That's quite expensive, but I may need to get some because I do need some more veiled crystals at this stage, unless there's something else I can make. Looking at this, Shimmer Scale's also expensive, and Coarse Leather's still expensive. I don't think there's a lot of Coarse Leather, is there? Oh, there's another Force Multiplier sold. So we are selling the enchants, we do need to make some. So from looking at this, let's put these prices into our spreadsheet, which I did have. This must be a dead realm. It's not the most populous of realms, but it's probably medium pop, I would say. Shadow Song and Azuna, this one is. So let's just have a look at my prices here. So Tide Spray Linen, 5 gold 45, normally 3 gold 95. So that's more expensive at 5.45. Oop, not 5.54, 5.45. 5.45. And Coarse Leather was up at 11 gold something, wasn't it? Where was that? 11 gold 90. I'll move this over to the side whilst I put these in. 11.9 for that. And Shimmer Scale was the other one. which is currently here at 7 gold 51. So they're all expensive at this stage currently with the market. So according to this, if I was to look at these ones, let me just move this across a little bit so we can see a bit more. I'll make this a little bit smaller. No, I'm trying to make it a little bit smaller. There we go. There we go. And Machinist Brilliance has just sold, so we are getting some decent ones. Well, it looks like I'm missing a few things here. That's probably just making it larger, I imagine. Multiply per round affects number of values, but 545. Did I have 5,45? Yes, we have. There we go. 5.45. That fixes that up. There we go. Tides Berlin, only 2 to 3 gold in your server, and usually you could buy stacks of 200 below 2 gold on a medium to high pop server. That's a decent amount, and normally I get it for about 3 gold. Should be able to get the thread from the tailoring trainer for 48 silver. Normally it's about 50 silver for me for the thread, because I don't have Exalted rep at this stage. So that's kind of like the base value I've just put in there, because sometimes I do buy it cheaper off the auction house. Adriana, good evening to you. I hope you're doing well. And Brazy Gamer, thank you for the follow. So looking at this, the cheapest is still Tide Spray Bracer, if we were to buy it at that price. How high would we go? Because we did see quite a few of these. What about 6 gold 49? Is it still cheaper to buy it there at 6.49? Profits aren't going to be as good there. So 6.49, the price of those I haven't updated for a while yet, so we need to have a look at this. I'm just mainly looking at the bracers. So according to that, Shimmer Scale Arm Guards is actually cheaper. Shimmer Scale at 7.41 is cheaper based off of my... because the Shimmer Scale needs also Bloodstained Bone. So let's just put in our average buy price of Bloodstained Bone, which is currently actually quite decent, 5 gold 54. Well, there is some Bloodstained Bone there for 3 gold. So that could be actually cheaper. There's a decent amount for less than that. So if, say, my Bloodstained Bone was more like, well, let's say 4 gold. Looking at this, I've got loads of it though. So let's just stick with my average buy price, which is currently 5.54 for Bloodstained Bone. Oh, it is that already. So Shimmer Scale at 7.51. Let's have a look at this. Let's go this way. And how much Shimmer Scale is on the auction house at the moment? What's the price we're looking at? So there's not a lot that's at 7. Then it goes up to 10, then quickly up to 18 and 19 gold. So Shimmer Scale's not that good either. So literally there is a drought of all the core materials here, which is a bit of a shame. So the best thing I can do here is maybe just try and get some of this Tide Spray Linen, I think. And I'm going to take this at 6.49 as well. Start with a big chunk, and we'll come down here. That's the Shimmer Scale. Where's the Tide Spray? Here it is. Let's just take some of these. I'm going to leave that 5 on to hopefully encourage people to go a bit lower with their Tide Spray. So we've done that, and I'll have to come back another time and get some more of this, because this isn't particularly good prices at the moment. So let's just move this back over here. And Mist Scale we've got loads of. Bloodstained Bone we've got loads of. Nylon Thread at 49, we can probably buy that up. There's not really enough to make it worthwhile at this stage. We'll leave that. And that Shimmer Scale that's quite cheap, we'll pick up some of that, that's at 7.59, and we'll pass that on to Earthen, and he can deal with that there. Okay, so not that great. You buy 48 silver and under on the auction house too. Yeah, I think that's a good ballpark, isn't it? Stock up on the materials for new recipes and some of the old before 8.2. Prices are going down, but still. What's GIH stand for, Couturus? Good investment, perhaps. And there was also before I Dubious Intent. You asked a question before I crashed, wasn't it? When you can, interested in how to edit my new spreadsheet. Where do you adjust the settings, take into account the level 3 recipes? Okay, so the level 3 recipes, let's have a look at that now whilst I'm here in the spreadsheet. So you're talking about mainly for the right hand side over here. Where's my window? Let me just readjust this so I can see everything. Right, got it, thank you. Trying to make this larger. There we go. And across here. And then let's scroll this across here. So these ones are currently rank 2. Oh, hi. Alright, I see. Okay, that's easier. Should try and get a Zanzibar knee biter pet. They're easy to farm and sell for 15k on your server right now. Well, that's a decent amount, definitely. Good fight the pet battles for rep. Yeah, the pet battles are definitely good for rep. We were talking about that earlier. We may come and have a look at those. So just to answer this question on how to change these from rank 2 to rank 3. Basically, if I click on each of these, the materials for each of these, the ×4, ×3 and ×14 are the numbers of the gloom dust and whatever it is for each of them. So like a cord of crit, I believe, if we were to have a look at this, let me just bring this up here, and crafts, a cord of crit. So that takes 4 Veiled, 3 Umbra and 14 Gloom. If you had the higher rank, which maybe took, I imagine that's one, I don't know what the actual result is, maybe it was less in the Veiled Crystals, say it was only 3 Veiled Crystals, you would go into the spreadsheet and change this 4, which is the Veiled Crystal one, to a 3 times, so instead of ×4, it's ×3. And if it was less Gloom Dust, which is this red one here, you change it from 14 to something else, and you have to go through each of these and change each of those formulae to give you the correct percentage, the correct price for those rank 3s there. It doesn't affect your actual your strings at this point, but it is literally just for calculations, if that's the bit that you were talking about. KFC now, how are you? Thanks for stopping by, hope you're doing well. We've just been going through a little bit of Bracer Super Shuffle stuff at the moment, but let's move on and see if we can actually craft some of this stuff, because we've got loads of stuff here. We still need some more Veiled Crystals, so let's go pick up what we have got, at least, our purchases, and we'll go on from here. I'll also have a look, no problem with Dubious Intent, glad that helped. We've still got a load of bracers to try and make out of this lot, so let's have a look. What can we make? Let's go to our standard window. That's enchanting. No, it's not, it's tailoring. Where's my favourites? Where's the standard window? There it is. So we can make 29 out of this, so that's not a lot really. And I did want to make some of this into Expulsum, so I'm really going to be stuck with this. This is going to be difficult, so I'm not really going to be able to make the Notorious gear that I wanted to make with such a limited supply of my raw bracer materials. So this is definitely going to limit what I can make. And we have been selling the enchants, the good enchants as well, so we will need to restock on those. So let's see what I can do with what I've got. Let's just keep it this way for the moment. Let's do a quick shuffle with what we've got. And so we'll take those, we'll send those on to Earthen. So all the greens can go to Earthen. There we are. And that shimmer scale should also go into the guild bank, so I'll do that here, whilst we're here. So the shimmer scale, I did have some there, there we go, we'll take that. I've got a few of those to disenchant, which I'll do here whilst I'm here. Hopefully get some Veiled Crystals out of this. Umbra Shard, Gloom Dust. If I'm lucky I'll get one at least. Or not. Depends on how it goes. At the moment it seems to be not. Oh, there's one. There we go, we got two. That's good. Okay, so let's hop on back over to Earthen. and we'll deal with the other part of this in a moment. Alright, so let's log out, go over to Earthen. Oh, I've been disconnected. Again? That's strange. Hold on, let me just see if I can sort that one out. I still seem to be online though. Maybe that was just a leftover message. According to me, I'm still online. Maybe that was an odd one. Let me just see. According to that, we're still online. Yep, according to WoW, I'm still online. Okay, so maybe that was a little blip from my earlier disconnect. So I'll pick these up. Get all those. You can still hear me? That's a good start then. Excellent. So I haven't lost my internet connection, thankfully. So I'll go make a load of Expulsum out of this lot. I'll scrap this. There's not a lot really here, but we'll scrap it anyway. See if we can get ourselves some Expulsum out of this one. Okay, Couturers, thanks ever so much for stopping by. Hope to see you again soon. Have a great rest of your week. Let's just minimise this down because that's a little bit too much stuff all on the screen at once. We're looking for Expulsum really here. Nothing too much. We do have a little bit of Tide Spray. Oh, we do have actually 200 Tide Spray here. That's going to be useful. We can send that back to Samadan. We can also make some Shimmer Scale Braces, which will be useful. So let's scrap this lot. Finally starting to turn the corner. You're over 600,000 gold mark now. Excellent. Fantastic. That's a really good start. Getting that first million is a really good milestone, so you're nearly there. Keep going. We only got one Expulsum, sadly, out of that one. Let's see if we can increase our chances with some Shimmer Scale. How much Shimmer Scale have I got? Let's just go have a look at the guild bank. So I'm going to make some Shimmer Scale Braces. So we have some there, some there. Any more here? A little bit there, a little bit there. It's really scattered all over the place. Okay, so that's all my Shimmer Scale. I think I've got a fair amount of Bloodstained Bone on me. So let's have a look. So how much Shimmer Scale got? 464. Average purchase price of 457, so that's pretty decent. And leatherworking wise, Shimmer Scale arm guards, we can make 16. We need some more Bloodstained Bone, I believe. Let's have a look at that. Let's just grab some more of this. And I've probably got some odd bits scattered over the place here, so let's just see if we can get some whilst it's here. Like a few extra there. Got lots of Bloodstained Bone, don't need those. Victor Mouse, thank you very much for the follow. What add-on fills the Scrap-O-Matic? It's called Easy Scrap. I came back from 8.2 and all your old investments in the auction house disappeared due to timers. Made it back to 100k gold on hand with another 100k in the auction house, making your way back. Excellent, Gundir. It's always tricky when you're coming back after a long while. The markets do change quite a lot. So let's just make some more. How many can we make now? 77 Shimmer Scale arm guards. That's good. Let's go. Let's make all of these and redo that lot. I'm just going to go pop the lights on here. It's a little bit dark now. There we go, that's a bit better. I sold 3 of the new Nazjatar slimy pets in the last week for an average of 25,000 each. Wow, that's very nice. I haven't tried selling any of the pets. I did pick up one of them. I haven't checked its price though. It was a swirly elemental type one. We need crafting. These are made a bit slowly. Have we got the right gloves on? Skinning gloves we got on. Have we got some crafting gloves? I'm sure I have. And arm guards, no, I want gloves. Where are they? I had some gloves, I'm sure. Also have the gauntlets with crafting. There we go. Let's pop those on. That'll be a lot quicker. Okay. Shimmer scale arm guards. Great there. That seems a little bit quicker. There we go. Hi, good evening, Rasheen. How are you? You get 12 of those slimy ones tomorrow. All right, Bullywolf. How's your week been, Rasheen? Hope you've been good. Keeloft, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. I'm just going to make some shimmer scale arm guards. Doing fine. You got trolled by a GM, but another fixed it in time, thankfully. Oh, was this your 3,000 braces in the mail? Cracker Rules, thank you very much for the follow. Did you manage to get it sorted in the end, hopefully? Yeah, you have 3,000 mails with braces vanishing here. They restored it with a 1-day expire. Yeah, that's not going to be very useful, is it? Were you able to collect them all up though? 3,000 in the mail where can you store them? That's the problem. There's just not enough space, is there? Right, let's go on out and let's just send some of this over to Samadan, all the blues. I've got to start from scratch, fresh account, had your mobile stolen, so can't get onto the original account, and Blizz can't help you without a photo ID. You don't have it. Oh no, Killoff, that's sorry to hear that. That's a real shame. But you could turn that misfortune into a new learning experience and starting afresh. Depends how long you've been playing for. Didn't manage to get them all out in time, but with 1 hour left to expire, the remaining mails, got a 30-day expire tag from another GM. Okay, right. That's a lot better then. Mr. Deadfellow, thank you very much. How's the gold grind going? Going very well. Not a grind at all, it's great fun. Thank you ever so much for your 11 months of support. It really is appreciated. Thank you so much. Let's pop some emotes in the chat. Thank you very much for your support. We're just going through and we're going to send blue to Samadan. So get rid of those. And then we're going to go and scrap the rest of these. So we'll go over here. That's all the arm guards. Let's queue that up. We'll get that scrapped. Hopefully get a bit more expulsum from that. When reopening a ticket after 1-day expire restore, you ask them if they're trying to troll you, because you surely would feel trolled. Take them out with 1 second process time per bracer. Would have been 10 hours. Wow. That is 10 hours of opening braces. That's a tough one. I wouldn't like to be in your shoes with the amount of volume of auctions you go through. I mean, I find it hard enough doing these small amounts of bracer scraps that I do. Just to take them out and send them to another toon. Yeah, perpetually just going through everything. Just to stop the expires. That's a tough one. But I'm glad the other GM sorted it out, so all good in the end, thankfully. The first GM didn't even read the ticket. Yes, I remember you saying they literally just said, "Did you know that mail expires?" Yeah, that's terrible. But I guess, you know, when you're in the position like that, you try and get through as many tickets as you can to try and help. But obviously, reading is kind of useful. I've only been playing since the new year, so not much lost, but re-leveling again is a chore. Got to 111 in a few days. I have 20k gold to play with. Well, that's a good start. Good start indeed. So hopefully you'll be back on your feet in no time. That's a shame about your mobile being stolen. Right, so we're done with those. Those are all scrapped. We got 10 expulsum, so not a huge amount, but we can at least get 10 veiled crystals at least out of that, probably more like 12. So let's make our arm guards with what temper side we do have. We do have some at least, thankfully. So let's make the braces for this. It's the PvP marks for the rank 3s and the you're upset about though. Not a fan of PvP. Oh yes, that must hurt actually, having to redo the PvP. But good news is the PvP Brawl Comp Stomp begins on the 24th of July, which is a lot easier to do because you're against the computer in that one. I love the sound of the cash register while you're playing. Oh, definitely. Don't we all? Notice an increase in expulsum yields. I haven't noticed an increase. Just anecdotally, I haven't from playing at the moment. I haven't done any hard numbers though. Or are you just blessed by the RNG today? I would say based on the numbers I just got, I don't think they're increased, certainly. New event, good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. Marks the rank 3 is already challenging for sanity the first time round. Couldn't even imagine doing it a second time for the same gear. Yes, exactly, for the same gear would be tough. Right, so we're done on that point. Everyone's got their things that they wanted. So I better swap back to Samadan and finish off the other half of the bracelet shuffle. Get that sorted. Get the enchants made, that huge list of old enchants, but then we also have sold a load of enchants, so we need to deal with that one. Good evening, Arnota. Happy Sunday to you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a lovely weekend. Thanks for stopping by. We're just on our way. So what have we got? Shimmer scale. We need to do that. We've got some more nylon thread and other bits and pieces. Let's just collect all of this up. So we've got stuff to disenchant out of all of this, and we've got some Tide spray, some more stuff. We've got some more Tide spray linen in the mail as well, which is useful. So 200 of that. So we can make some more braces if we need to, which you would like to get some more expulsum. But for now, I'm just going to disenchant the ones I've got. This should give me a decent amount of veiled crystals, certainly enough for my current list of enchants, which we're going to need to upgrade again because I've already sold a load of stuff. But okay, most of it inside because it's very hot here. It's supposed to be 33 degrees every day. Ouch, that is hot. It's been in the sort of mid-20s here in the UK, so it's been a lot more pleasant. I've been out in the garden today. Really enjoyed making a new bed for my wife to put some lovely plants in. She's got the green fingers in the family. I just make stuff. I wish there was a carpentry in TSM. I could certainly relate to that with the amount of woodwork I do in real life. Maybe Blizzard should have that as a new profession. I can make bows and shields and things. And housing. Make seats for everyone. Yeah, get carpentry with player housing, definitely. There'd be a good use for that. Or a wagon. You could make a wagon like this one, and it could be a mobile bank. That would be awesome. So you have your Brutasaur, and then you have a wagon like this. So you have a carpenter that makes the wagon. You hitch it up to your Brutasaur, and then you've got a Brutasaur with a mobile bank like that, hitched up, and you walk around with that. That would be something. On your Scrappertoons mailbox, you now have a little over 4,900 greens waiting. They only disenchanting the blue ones with the other character. Hurts mentally to start the scrapping. Yeah, it is in big chunks. You could use something like CKS if you're sort of doing something else on the on another screen, and you can watch it out of the corner of your eye. Or usually I just have it on whilst I'm doing something else, and I just click the button every now and again. And that kind of takes the pain out of it for me. Right, so We did our enchants, so we can make our enchants. We should have enough for everything now. So there's our list. Oh, we didn't have some Blood of Sargeras. I want to just go check, see if there's any easy Blood of Sargeras we can get. Let's go have a look on the Broken Isles. Any good missions? Oh, there's one for 10 there. Enchant Cloak Word of Agility for 10 Blood of Sargeras. So we want to do that. That should be an easy one. We only need about 5, I believe, looking at the task list. There are many things Blizzard could do and should do for WoW. Yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it? There's always, it's a, feature creep is very much a real thing. There's so many good ideas out there. It would be very easy to try and do them all, certainly. So we need a Word of Agility. We need to make a Word of Agility first before we do this. For the work order, Valshara. Word of Agility will be in my Legion enchanting. Word of Agility. There we are. Costs 12 Leylight shards. Let's queue that up. Where's Word of Agility? Did I even see it go in there? Enchant Cloak. That's the problem with everything in here. Let's clear this queue and let's queue that up again. Because it was green, I probably didn't spot it. There we go. One green and all the blues. Yeah, that's probably why I didn't spot it. Thank you, Rasheen. So anyway, let's go through and we'll take a Flight Master for this. It'll be more fun if I can find a Flight Master. There they are, over here. So we'll do this and we'll head over here. And then we'll collect that up for our 10 Blood of Sargeras. And I think that should do us for everything else. Let's just have a look at the queue whilst we're here. So restock selected groups. And so gathering wise we need the we needed 5 Blood of Sargeras for that. Essence of Water, that's because of the Tome of Illusions Azeroth. We're going to ignore that for the moment. But everything else we're going to do. So a lot of older enchants in this list. But still, a 98,000 profit according to all of that. You like the good, not so good groups? Yeah, they're not too bad in terms of groups. Although I think I need to sort of I need to adjust these a little bit because the pacts in themselves we need to work out how much is really worth doing at this stage. I'm going to keep doing a few of them because I have sold a few of the navigations and some of the critical strikes. So I'm going to carry on with that. But everything else I think we should be okay. I'll just maybe readjust these as they go. And the weapons, I need to do a good and not so good section for those as well. Looking at those, let's have a look at... we can close down the task list actually. We can have a look at this and go to our groups. So yeah, from looking at the pacts, weapons though, we've got Force Multiplier. Let's look at the sale rates on these. So 0.25, 0.45, 0.21 and 0.14. So 4.5 Machinist Brilliance seems to be a good one. I've got a personal sale rate of 1 on those, which is going to be very useful. And sale rate on that one, I'm not sure. TSM has got a record of that for me personally. And 0.25 personally. Region is 0.52, so I've not been very lucky on the Force Multiplier. But as it is, let's go finish this one off. Let's do the work order. And gain that. Another 10 Blood of Sargeras. So that should give me enough for all of these. So let's start crafting all of this lot. Does 0.45 mean 45% sale rate? Pretty much, yes, Zinkham, but it basically means that you would have to list it on almost just over twice to be able to get a sale. I mean, it's taking take the numbers with a pinch of salt. They're not exactly accurate, but it gives you a good guide if nothing else. And nothing can get less than 0.01. So 0.01 can mean 0.0001, or it could mean 0.01. So if anything's at 0.01, then pretty much I would discount it in terms of sale rate. Like, for instance, Culterian Surveying's 0.02. That's pretty dire. You'd have to list it 20 times, 200 times before you get a sale. No, 50 times, because it's not times 10. So we're going to go through, craft all these. These are mainly old world enchants, but I'm also doing some of the bindings, the packs of haste, packs of mastery, because some people don't want to buy the latest enchants. They sometimes just want to buy a cheap one just to upgrade their weapons, knowing that they're going to upgrade again fairly soon. Or a lot of these are going to be leveling enchants. Mark of the Claw, Mark of the Ancient Priestess, Crusader, those kind of ones. And there's an Accord of Critical Strike in there, Machinist Brilliance, and then Jade Spirit and Hidden Satyr, both leveling enchants. We'll do those as well. Lots of lovely enchants to get on. If those all sold, according to TSM, that would be about 100,000 profit. But we'll see. Obviously prices will vary, but at least we can have a fair amount of those posted on. Let's do that now. So let's go on to auctioning. Let's go all of enchanting. In fact, let's select everything. Select all groups. There we go, and run a post scan. Just get everything on in its current state, and then we can look at Notorious gear and cooking. Those are the next things we need to update in our list. But we're doing okay so far with 8.2. Not huge, groundbreaking amounts of gold, but it's ticking through nicely. Alright, here we go. So, Binding of Agility, 13,000. That looks to me to be rather high. Binding of Agility should be more like region average is 4,300. So I'm just going to adjust that one before it goes on. Let's try something like 2,000, and then let's take off that 3 and change it to 4. There we go, that'd be better, because the crafting cost of that is only 678 gold. So we'll post that one on. And everything else looks to be okay. There's a couple more here that seem to have gone silly high prices, so we'll get through those in a moment. Everything else seems to be more like a normal price. They're all okay. Right, here we go. So that's fine. Now this one, so Binding of Strength, Enchant Cloak Binding of Strength, shouldn't really be 12. It should be more like 4 or 2. Let's take the whole 10,000 off of this. I think 1,000 and 2,000 would be more reasonable. There we go. Let's post it on for that, and the same with this one. I'm just going to take these numbers down, and maybe someone looking at these prices using TSM will go, oh, this is a good deal. But it is a good deal, but not a silly deal really, considering it's 678. There goes an Accord of Mastery. So let's post that one on. Anything else that's on at silly prices? No, they all seem to be decent after that. So let's pop everything on. There we go. Need to find a way to import all variants of the Notorious gear into your TSM list. You haven't done it yet. Yeah, it's a tricky one. I tend to just do it myself by hand as I make stuff. It's by far the simpler way. You can use the TSM grouper on their website, but then you'd have to go through Wowhead and search for all the different variations. And for me, it's just as easy just to make them. as I go and just keep adding to it. Okay, we're done there with those. I bet you there's more we need to now restock on. If I was to look at my auctions, because we just sold all of this stuff, I bet you we need to make a whole load of more enchants. Let's actually have a look at that. Go to enchanting, groups, restock. Yeah, there we go. Tome of Illusions, if you take those back off. So we've got a Chord of Versatility, Mastery, and a Force Multiplier. In order to do those, we still need another 10 Veiled Crystals. Okay, so we don't have those at the moment. We could go and make some more braces at this stage, but I'm going to leave that at this stage. We've got plenty of enchants on, and I want to go and check other things. Oh, we have a wild Oreo has appeared. Let's pop his camera on. Oh, we also have a cookie in the background as well. Let's zoom the camera out so we can see both of them. Hold on. Let me just adjust this. Configure. Let's just move this over this side. Camera zoom. There we go. So let's just move this down this way. I think we can see them both there. We've just got Oreo's fluff, and then you got Cookie in the background. There we go. Okay, so moving on. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the Notorious gear. What can we do about that at this stage? We need to go back to Borealis, so let's start with that, because we'll need to do some scrapping. I'm looking at my tailoring. We are currently at 157 and 175, and in order to get to the higher ranks, I believe I need to be up to at least 160 to get the rank 2s. So I was thinking of making some more cloaks to be able to do that for the Notorious gear. And in order to make cloaks, I need to make some more... Oh, there goes Oreo. Oh dear, Oreo. You're so funny. Let's have a look at Oreo for a minute. There he is. He's just fluff. Bless him. Right. Let's have a look. Notorious gear. So the cloak I was looking at, the satin cloak, needs 3 expulsum. So I think I need to go up to 1,000. No, not 1,000. I need 3 more to get up to 160, and then I can up my rank of these to rank 2 and 3. I believe. I need to double check that at the vendor. So I was going to go and have a look at. They're over. We can't do it in Borealis. We have to go over to Nazjatar. So let's go have a look at that whilst we're here. And have a look at the profession trainer. Now I've got to remember where they were. Oh, it's the PvP trainer. They're in one of the buildings. Let's go have a look. I don't think they're in the main one. I think they're in the one over there. Let me just have a quick look. That's 7th Legion. I believe they're on the right hand side as you walk in. Memory serves. Yeah, there we go. PvP Quartermaster. Now, when I was last looking at these, let me just change this to the standard UI. If we go to, there's the scepter. Where is the satin cloak here? It requires Cultiran Tailoring 160 for the rank 2, and then satin braces requires 170 from looking at that. Some of these require also 170, so let's get ourselves up to 160 at least, and then see what we can do. Do we have no price to manually set for Mechicons? Ionized? No idea, Gundir. I got no idea what that is at this stage, but once I do find out, I'll let you know. Or if anyone else does know in chat, be sure to shout out. So, okay, so Notorious gear. We need, well, there we go. Quick navigation has sold. 4,900, so the old enchants are still selling, so that's good. So back to Borealis. We need to do some scrapping for some expulsum and get ourselves up to 160. Set it to whatever it's worth to you. Yes, if it's something that takes time to do, think about the time it takes you to do it, and then try and work out what else you could what other gold you could make in that time. Oh look, a Blingtron 7000. Haven't seen one of those. Fantastic. Let's party. A Blingtron 7000. What does a Blingtron 7000 give? Gives Battle Potion of Strength, Deployable Attire, Rearranger, Blue Fireworks, and Stack of Undeliverable Mail. Lovely. Right, so carrying on. They're basically worthless. You can farm loads of stacks in minutes with the fish vacuum thing. Oh, right. That one bro guy. Yes, you are. Because of your more than 12 months subscribing. Everyone who's gone over 12 months automatically gets VIP status, because that level of continued support is really appreciated. Blackout Jones, how are you? New WoW player here. A long time ago you had gotten WoW with the level 110 boost and used it on a death knight. Wondering if it's worth to get back into WoW and use it. Yeah, by all means, if you think it's going to be fun, give it a go. That's the main thing with WoW. If you think it might be fun, try it. And if you find it fun, then great, carry on playing. But that's only something you can answer yourself. Zanzaful. Good to see you with the gumdrops emotes there. Right, let's go and make some braces that we're going to scrap. So how many braces can we currently make? 24. Sadly, that's not many. That's not going to give me much expulsum, but we'll make do with what we can. We did get some... No, we didn't. We kept the shimmer scale on Earthen, didn't we? We'll probably have to send those over. Let's start with the tailoring. 24 of those. How many of these are going to be green? For a start. This is when I don't actually want blues to appear, but you never know. Just completed Pathfinder Part 1, now working on Part 2. Excellent, Chantagen. Also sold a pet for 15k, so it's been a good day. Fantastic. Very nice indeed. Yeah, Pathfinder Part 1 was took me a little while to get. Part 2 is going to definitely take me a long while to get, from the looks of things. Right, so, I just remembered, with that deep sea satin turn-in, I did get an extra 5 expulsum that way. I don't think there's any other work orders at the moment, is there? So, I don't actually have my list open. Where's my list? Yeah, that's... oh, there's one. Is that right? 10 times expulsum for 10 sailor's pie. That's worth doing. Hold the fort. For 10 expulsum, yes please. Okay, we'll do that. Sailor's pie. Do I have any sailor's pie on me? I may have some. Let me just check this. Hold on. Recommend people checking tie spray linen frequently on the auction house. You can find it under 1.4 gold and very random stack sizes. That would be lovely if I can get it that cheap, certainly. But yeah, constantly checking the auction house is definitely worth it if you want to get bargains. Yours only shows 5. Oh, interesting, Under. I wonder why mine's different. Could it be a one-time thing? Sailor's pies. No, I don't seem to have any. Do I have any in... Let me just check with my cooking. So, we haven't done the new stuff yet, actually. We need to do this. But first off, Sailor's Pie. We have 46 in the guild vault, apparently. Let's go get them. I knew I had some on me somewhere. Slight detour in proceedings, but for 10 expulsum, that is definitely... Oops, can't spell. Sailor's Pie. Let's just pick up all of these. We might as well try and sell the ones we haven't got. You never know. There we go. Let's go through that. Yeah, 10 for the Sailor's Pie, just done it. Oh, excellent, Adriana. Deep Sea Assassin hands in his 5 expulsum. Yeah, I did that one earlier, Rasheen, thank you. I also made some good gold off it as well, by selling deep sea satin in stacks of 10. That was worth it. All you seem to do these days is detour from your plan to chase squirrels. You are not alone there, Commander Bond. That's exactly what I spend most of my time doing. It's great fun. I wouldn't have it any other way. It's like, oh, look at this, let's go do this. But it's all aiming towards the overall goal. The overall goal here is to get my professions up and to get them to maximum skill again and to make gold, basically. But also have fun in the meantime. So it's a dual purpose, really. Isn't that right, Oreo? So, 10 Expulsum here. There was also something else I need to do here. I have a quest, I believe, to hand in for the treasure map. The Great Seashells. Where's that one? Is that in here as well? I believe it is. I can hand that in and get myself some extra stuff whilst we're here. Where are we headed? Order of Embers, Storm's Wake, Proudmore Admiralty. As soon as another of the new zones comes up as a turn-in, I'll definitely be doing that for the reputation. That's the way I'm going to get myself up to Honoured, I think, is by doing emissaries. And there was the other question, the other quest, daily quest you said, Danny, wasn't it? Kill 3 of something or something. How do I identify those? That's the next thing I need to look into. But first and foremost, let's carry on with cooking. Otherwise, I'll be doing something different all the time. So let's carry on and hand that in for the Expulsum. So there's the scrolls. We got loads of those. So we get a hood. It's 295. Disenchant that. And artifact power, also useful. And then we also want Sailor's Pie. Hand that in for 10 Expulsum. And we gain +1 in cooking as well, which is also useful. There we go. Waveblade and Cohen increased by 11. Tortollan Seekers increased by 193. So that's a good start. Both of those. I don't think that actually did get increased though. Unless it did and I didn't notice it. 589 on, we're on. So I don't think that did. I have got a contract going, got 3 days left on that. It's when completing any world quest, so that should count. Maybe I'm just so close I hadn't noticed it. Okay, so we did that. We got the Expulsum on that. We need to head back to Borealis. Let's get a flight back whilst we're here. I think that will be simplest. And then we can look at the profession whilst we're here. And look at what else we need to do. What other options have we got? So we've got these to scrap. These to disenchant. We just gained... What was the item we just gained? Not that trinket. The armour, 295. The Vrykle hood. We can disenchant that one for a Veiled Crystal. Oh no, we may not get a Veiled Crystal for that. We could scrap that. Because it's Azerite gear, I think. And get some essence. Is it essence or you get something from scrapping Azerite gear? Some sort of shard or something. But 25 Expulsum's good for our Notorious gear. I'll see if we can level up our tailoring at this point and get ourselves Titanium Residium. There we go. Thank you, Dungeonator. But you get it from disenchanting it too. Oh, do you? Okay, so just as easy to disenchant it. It gives the same if you scrap or disenchant it. Okay, brilliant. Thank you. I wasn't sure what to do with either of those, so it's good to know. So we've got a list of things to do mentally in our head, tailoring wise. So we're trying to get ourselves up to 160. Then we can get some extra recipes, because we can make a few of these now. Although the bracers would be better for skilling up because they're cheaper the cloaks I think would sell better. I think for skilling up I'm going to use the bracers first. Although the min buyout is actually really cheap. Look at that, 575 according to that. It might actually be worth looking into making. They're not quite at the level of making them, but you never know. Making them and turning them into veiled crystals. Not at that price, but it's getting close. I might be able to find some decent prices for them. That's something else to look into. So let's have a look whilst we're here. So let's disenchant these ones. Disenchant that. We did get a veiled crystal though from that, which is good. And I also had a trinket here that I wanted to scrap because I'll get a guaranteed expulsum out of the trinket, I believe. Let me just check that. I'm not sure if it's on that list though. Can I add that one in? Yes, I can. And then scrap it for an expulsum guaranteed. Yes, we do. And let's queue up the rest and scrap those. There we go. Just stretch my legs out. Haven't disenchanted Notorious item yet. Wonder if it gives more veiled crystals than honoured bracers. I would doubt it. I would guess once it gets to the epic status, epic is epic, and it gives the same kind of rate. I'm guessing. I don't know for sure. But I wonder if the prices do go really low, then it might be worth considering it. It's certainly worth looking out for. But the main thing here is just get myself some expulsum for Samadan for his Notorious gear, of which we've got enough now. Got 27. We can level this up. So where are we at? We can make 13 bracers. So look, we can at least create a couple here. Get ourselves up to 160. There we go. And then from 160 we now need to get some more ranks. So we need to head on back to Nazjatar and get ourselves some more rank 2s. I wonder if we can buy them from the actual... Actually no, I probably can't. I won't go and check. I was thinking the other PvP vendor here in Borealis, but I bet you can't. I bet you have to go to this one. Nate29, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. How have you been? How's your week been? We're just working our way through Notorious at the moment. Just trying to get ourselves some extra gear, get ourselves into the Notorious market. Even though the sale rate isn't as great as Sinister, I would still like to have one of everything on there.
How are you?
So this will get me there, hopefully. So, Notorious. There's the scepter. Now we can do a satin cloak for 2. I'll take that one. We can do the mittens and the bracers. Okay, so that should get me a little bit further on. Let's learn these. Up 6 million gold for 8.2. Very nice, Nate. Very nice indeed. Congratulations. Not listening yet. Still in raid. Hey Mushy, how are you? How's the raid going? Okay, so we've got 3 lots of Notorious here. Cloak, bracers, and that. Which is the cheapest to craft next? So we can make 10 each of these. We've already done some bracers, so I would probably want to get maybe another cloak, maybe some mittens on. That would be nice. That's 2 expulsum, so let's try a few more of these. We need to get up to 170, so we can make 10 exactly, so that would get us to 170, and then we're out of expulsum again, unfortunately. Nothing else is going to be cheaper, I believe, but this is good for skill up. at the moment. Yeah, the rank 2s now are the only ones left. I'm going to do maybe another couple of cloaks, because cloaks will be better sellers. And this will be my last one to 170. There we go. And so they're all out. So now let's have a look at which ones we can buy. So scepter's done. That's all leather. So now we've got cloak we've done. Belt we can do next. Oh, that was a 165 actually. We could have got that one. That's a shame. And then cloak rank 3 we'd want. Boots we want. Mittens rank 3, yes please. Satin pants rank 2. And bracers rank 3. Okay, so that's a whole load more. I'll learn all of these. And then our last lot to 175 we don't have enough expulsum for at this stage. Satin pants, yeah, we should have, yeah. Must know previous spell to learn. Do we not have a rank 1 satin pants? Hold on. Do I need to go back to my tailor for that one? Hold on. Or the profession vendor. The profession person who is... I've got to remember who that is. Okay. You've had one of every Notorious recipe on the auction house since it launched, and you haven't sold one yet. I know it's not necessarily the best seller, certainly compared to Sinister, but I would like to test it on Shadow Song to see how it does. I know with all the benthic gear coming out, but once people have got flying, I'm sure there's going to be more alts coming through. So I've got a feeling that it's going to actually pick up over time, because not everyone's going to have enough crystals and everything for the benthic. There we go. Profession trainers over here. I wonder if you can train me in, yeah, pants, gilded seaweave gloves, and gilded seaweave breeches. Let's get all of these. There we go. So now with that, we can then make this next. There we go. And then the rank 3s on this, on the bracers, and the cloak, and the mittens. I love fleshing out a profession. It's really nice, feeling a sense of completeness. So we're nearly there. We just need another 5 on tailoring. We can only make one more. Bracers, cloak, or mittens. Let's make one more cloak. Get ourselves up to 171. And the rest is going to have to come out of... Well, that's an extra 2 for that. Look at that. That cost 20 expulsum for that. It gives me 410 gloves. And the breeches is also 410. What am I currently wearing? 400 on there. So that would be an upgrade. And 385 on there. So a big lot of expulsum needed on that one. You're just swimming in benthic gear right now. Plenty for all your alts. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, I've got no idea what it'll be like on my server. Well, let's start with trying these ones. We need to make a group for this. So let's have a look at making up a group for the Notorious gear. So look on to tailoring. Let's just close all this down. So tailoring. So we've got, this isn't really ordered by BFA stuff really. Could probably do with doing that actually. Let's make this a little bit easier. Let's make a group and call it... Oops, let's turn that off. BFA tailoring. Let's collect it all up together. And our bags are in a separate one. So let's carry on flags. And mounts was the flying carpet. Don't need that. Pretty clothes is just general. Shirts just general. Sinister gear was what we did have in BFA tailoring. Now obviously we need to change that, and we also have spell threads, and then I'm sure I had one for the new things like the saddle thing. I'm sure I had a group for, but I don't appear to have them. Maybe I'll set that up at another point. We'll leave that for the moment. So, looking at this one, Rumblefire, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Problem is Benthic is account bound, so people can send them to the odds. Exactly, Shantagen. That's what makes it so appealing for people to level up people. The only thing I can think of, perhaps, is that this would be useful when people are doing mind gone blank. People are filling in gaps, what they haven't got benthic gear for. Still not swimming in mana pearls, but when you've got all the pets and mounts, you're going to disenchant the benthic gear. Wow. Yeah, I guess you need the pearls to upgrade stuff, don't you? That would be the other thing. But this isn't as good as the other stuff. Right, so let's have a look at this. So, Sinister Gear, we want to make Notorious Gear a bit like this. We did with the Sinister Gear. We can probably retire the Sinister Gear because we won't be doing this at the moment. Sinister Gear selling, let's change this because we're going to sell the Sinister Gear by ignoring item variations. So the best way to do that actually is to use our crafting one. So let's get rid of the selling. Let's clear this one. And crafting, we want to move that cloak back into the main Sinister Gear and selling group perhaps. But it'll probably work for the moment. Let's just change the group operations of these. So the best way to get the cloaks back out of there is to actually make that separate and put the crafting under the cloaks. And then we're going to add in the crafting from the parent item, add that in, and then we swap it back round. And then cloaks is now empty, so we can delete that. And then we can just go to the Sinister Gear. I'm going to call this Sell Rest. Sell stock. XS. No. Can't spell. Excess stock. So that's going to be all of those. I'm going to put on, ignore the item variations. I'm not going to make any, but I am going to try and sell them. And I go for an average. I'm going to ignore the craft minimum at this stage. Actually, no, let's keep it on for the moment. Let's see if we can just sell them as they are. I'm not going to have a crafting operation. I'm not going to have a shopping operation on those. And then we're going to do what we did do with the BFA Sinister Gear, but we're going to do it with Notorious Gear. Random disconnects. Yeah, I'm getting them myself every now and again. Curse the thunderstorm that broke your internet equipment yesterday. Ouch, Brumblefall. Well, hopefully you can get a replacement soon. So let's update this with Notorious Gear. So we're going to have two groups like we did with Sinister. Notorious. Can't spell. Crafting. Notorious Crafting. And then let's make another one. And we'll call this one Notorious Selling. Need a hyphen in there. There we go. Okay, so crafting is going to have the ignore item variations on. So I've only got the braces, cloak and mittens at the moment. We need to make a couple of the other ones so we can add those in. Group operations of these at the moment. We're going to have a crafting operation. Let's just currently have it slightly small at 3 of each. And then selling, we're going to add in the variations that we've learnt so far. And we can fill up this list as we go. I'll add those in. And then these group operations will have a craft min operation as the auctioning one. There we go. Finally off duty at 7th boss out of 8. Wow, how did you get on, Mushy? That sounds pretty good. Was it fun? Did you enjoy it? Wonder where the summer went. It's almost autumn now. Yeah, it's still warm here in the UK, so we're not quite there yet. Yeah, it's fun. Excellent. Good to hear. Well, welcome aboard. I'm glad you're here. We're just going through and having a look at our Notorious gear at this stage. Sinister gear we've adjusted now. Notorious, we've just got a few here. The cloaks that we've just made. And crafting, we still need to add in one of the pants and the other items, the belt and what have you. Once we get some more expulsion, we'll be able to fill this out. But that's a good start anyway. And skill-wise, we're up to 171, so that's even better. We just need to get a little bit more expulsum to be able to make a few more of these things. We need 4 expulsum for the pants, and then we need 2 expulsum for those, but we need to get the rank 3s on those once we've got up to 175, which we can skill up using the cloak braces and what have you. Let's have a look at the prices of these things. Mittens, reasonable. Cloak, reasonable. And it's the braces that are pretty cheap at that stage. But crafting cost wise, yeah, 542. That's going to be not much profit at all. So let's have a look. Let's do a quick reload and try and post these on and see how they go. Can't keep up with the expulsion. You made over 300 this week. Wow. Yeah, that is a lot. How's the mailbox? The mailbox is really good. I haven't tried selling the hoof plates yet. Is that a blacksmithing one, KFC? I know I've got the saddle I can make with tailoring. I haven't got that in a group yet. I need to sort that one out. Actually, we can do that now. I've got one in my auction, I believe. Yes, sorry, mailbox. We had about 80-odd thousand on Samadan and about 8,500 on Earthen. So pretty good. It's enchanting, is it, for the hoof plates? Well, let's have a look. Hold on, that's a squirrel. We'll come back to that once we've done this Notorious gear. We'll get to that in a moment. So, Notorious gear. Let's just pop that back onto the BFA tailoring. Actually, let's just look at that on its own. Deselect all and go to BFA tailoring. Run a post scan. How does that look? Light step hoof plates. You're selling 5 a day. Oh, right, okay. So far, 80k since 8 AM. Very nice, Mushy. Very nice indeed. So, looking at these are all decent apart from a couple of the braces of the Peerless. There goes a Force Multiply. Just sold one of those. And braces of the Fever Flare, which at 575 are pretty cheap. And 760 on that one. But these are all reasonable prices here for a reasonable profit. So I'm going to post those on, and you never know, I might get some sales if I'm lucky. Probably worth having a look at these braces and seeing what the deal is with them. Let's have a look at that whilst I'm here. Hold on. Where's my missing braces? There they are. Can't see them unless I expand the... But what's the cheapest ones here? 760, 760 for those ones. Braces of the Quick Blade. I'm not going to compete with those at this stage, so we'll leave those at that. Okay, so whilst we're done with tailoring for the moment, we were going to look at the boot, not the boots, the... What was it called? Let's find it. Oh, there goes another quick navigation. So they are selling. Mount equipment, there we go. Sea Breeze saddle blanket. Now I believe I've got one on the auction house already. Haven't sold it yet. GJ Robo, thank you very much for 4 months. Thank you very much for your support. Really appreciated. Thank you very much indeed. Let's see, lots of emotes for GJ Robo. Thank you very much indeed. And we also actually, Mushy, you're missing your sub. Hold on, let me sort that out for you. Can't have my moderator without a sub. Let me get that one sorted. That should go through, hopefully. There we go. Oh, I need to somehow close that window down. Hold on. Let's close that down. There we go. There we go. Brilliant. Fantastic. That's done. You sold 2 saddle blankets and 60 or so hoof plates. Right, so the hoof plates are the ones. Let's have a look at those. Let's ditch this for the minute. Hoof plates. Can I actually make them yet? Enchanted cauldron. Have I learnt it yet? It looks like I might not have... oh no, here it is. Light step hoof plates. Okay, so we need mono hardened hoof plates. Where do we get those from? Increasing speed whilst mounted. So that's a blacksmithing one, I imagine, from the auction house. Umbra shard and gloom dust. Well, I'll tell you what I like about this is it uses up umbra shards without having to use up any veiled crystals. Oh, PC crash caused by Twitch. Oh no, sorry Mushy. I gift a sub and Twitch crashes. You have had 2 of every mount equipment on the auction house since day 1 and sold a grand total of 3. Oh, sorry to hear that, Tanginator. It does seem to be quite tricky at the moment, doesn't it? I can tell you one thing though, the enchants are selling. That's one thing that's doing well. Price on the auction house and the mono plates went through the roof. I imagine it did. Let's have a look at that. 764 at the moment. That's quite high. So what would we make for that? So 722 for that, the Umbra Shards and the Gloom Dust, and selling for about 2,200. Region sale rate of 0.42. You think you're sensitive? Sorry, Brumblefar. I could change it to something else, but I'm so used to hearing the cash register. Only the inflatable shoes from the tailoring sell for you quite often. 10,000 each. I don't think I've got... Is that tailoring? I'm not sure I've got those. Let's have a look at this. Sorry, we're jumping around here. All over the place. But I'm interested in these different bits and pieces. I've only got the saddle chute and the Seabreeze saddle blanket. Hey Medkit, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. It's blacksmithing. Oh, okay. The weapon enchants fly off the shelf. Yeah, they're doing very well at the moment, Mushy. That's why you need all the veiled crystals. Yeah, so unfortunately I don't have blacksmithing. I'm beginning to wish I did. So I'll have to make do with what I've got at the moment. We do have a saddle blanket, Seabreeze saddle blanket. So I just need a group for that. It doesn't seem to be in one. So let me just check that now. Seabreeze saddle blanket. It should have been in a group, but it's not in one at the moment. So let's just cancel that. That's the easiest way to get it into a group. Where's the mailbox? Over here. Okay, so let's go to the mailbox. And Seabreeze saddle blanket. Let's take that. Now we need to put that into a group. We're going to just do a simple group for this one. So BFA tailoring. We're going to go here. And we're going to make an extra one. So, mount equipment, and then we're going to add in Seabreeze saddle blanket, and we're going to give that a group operation of crafting of one of each. Auctioning is going to be the standard craft minimum, and let's look for a shopping operation for it just in case. Shop crafting, And let's, for completeness, actually let's put that in the sniper operations for these. For snipe average buy, no, standard DB region, and shopping, shop crafting. That one there, like that. There we go. It's all about 100 enchants and EU release day. Very fun. 2 tokens in one day. Wow, that's pretty good. 40 of them was multiplier. Stop making the ring ones. Oh, interesting. Just going for the weapons. You just reset whenever it goes under 1k. That's a good idea, actually. I got a good stock of my packs of my accords of haste that way. But the weapons are definitely doing well. I'm liking that so far. So mount equipment that's fine. Seabreeze saddle blanket, that's on. So hopefully if we just have a quick look at this, select all groups, run a post scan on that. So saddle blanket going on for 1005. We're actually going to put some sailor's pie on. Could be interesting, as that's a turn in for expulsum at the moment. Let's put that on in stacks of 5. There we go. And next up would be the enchanting one. Let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at these monol hardened things. Monol hardened hoof plates. Monol hardened hoof plates. Where were they? I saw them a minute ago. There they are. So currently going for 764 stacks of 3 at the moment. I just want to test this out with 1. So let's just try 1. Then I've got an average buy price for it. Let's collect that up. And then go back to my enchanting. And we'll have a look at one of these. Scroll back up. Where is it? I'm missing it. Mount equipment, light step hoof plates. We need the gloom dust for this. Okay. So we need more gloom dust, which means we need to make more braces and disenchant those. Can we actually make any more tie spray braces? We can make 3. Not much, but it's worth something. Let's see if we can get 3 greens out of that. We can. So is that going to be enough to disenchant? Let's see how much gloom dust we get for that. We could buy some on the auction house. That's a good point. Price wise, gloom dust is looking to be... Where is the gloom dust? Umbra shards is there. Where's my gloom dust? Can't see it for looking at the moment. There it is. No, that's ethereal shards. Gloom is here. There we go. Got 30. 895 min buyout. My mat cost is currently at 447. Just sold a machinist brilliance. So is that enough for my enchanting anyway to get one of these hoof plates things, light step hoof plates? Yes, we can now. That's enough. So we have exactly that. So let's add that one into our list. Let's go for light step hoof plates. Let's queue that one up. Craft next. And then let's add that to our group. So we're going to do light step hoof plates. Let's change this over to enchanting. BFA enchanting. We've got all the rings here, the weapons there. And let's add a new one in, and let's call this mount equipment. Now what we also need is we need another one of those mono hardened hoof plates, so we can have a look at that from a shopping point of view. But let's try this again. And do apologise everyone, I've lost internet yet again. I think we're back in action. Let me just load up WoW again. My internet's been terrible tonight. I'll see if I can get that fixed. Hopefully by next time. Let's just load everything back in. There we go. And back into Samadan. I do apologise for losing everyone there again. We are back. Back into Nazjatar. We still have Oreo rolling around. Okay, so we were in the middle of doing our mount equipment and testing that out. I got as far as doing my... Did I have one queued up? You got another piece of equipment from your provider. I've tried that. This is my third modem since I've had this problem. It's got progressively worse. I've tried it in different sockets around the house. But I think we're just going to have to get an engineer out to try the test the line. Because it's been definitely getting worse and worse. We'll see if we can get that fixed. Clearly need to stream more to keep your internet in shape. Exactly, Commander Bond. That's the solution. Use the internet more. I'm sure between us in our house, though, we do manage to go through a lot of the internet. So where was I at the moment? I was looking for another mono-hardened hoof plate so I can add it to a shopping list. So I was going to buy an extra one of these just so I've got one. And then what we were going to do is we're going to go back into this. And then I was adjusting my group now for the... Here we go. So we go down to BFA, mount equipment. We're going to add in a subgroup onto this. And we're going to call this Monol Hardened. So we can keep an eye out for the price of these. And we're going to put one on into there, and we're going to give that a shopping operation. Oh, we've just sold another force multiplier, and shopping average buy to the mono hardened, and then the mount equipment itself is going to have a auctioning operation of craft min and a crafting operation of one of each. But then this, we need to override that and that. There we go. They say they can get everywhere good internet in a house. They failed in your small apartment completely, 4 meters away from the router, no Wi-Fi. Why? It just kept getting MAC errors, aka modem's rubbish. Yeah, so a new modem definitely sounds that. We have everything going through the power network that works really well. Oh, there we go. Sailor's Pies sold. Someone wants their Expulsum. 24 gold per stack of 5. Love it when you post a lot of something on the auction house and it immediately gets sold. Yeah, definitely, Shantigen. I do like that. We're having great success with the Enchants tonight. The weapons are doing particularly well, so we're going to have to restock on those. I might even up my number on the weapons. We've got currently BFA weapons. I've currently got 4 of each. I'm wondering about changing that to 6 of each. That's probably going to change my veiled crystal requirements, but you never know. Maybe actually we need to change it to the ones that are good. Maybe we need to make a good and a not so good group of these. I'm not sure which ones have sold tonight. Let's change that back to 4 and let's just have a look at what has sold tonight. I'm still all over the place here a little bit. So we've got Force Multiplier. We've sold 3 of those. Machinist Brilliance we've also sold, and then Quick Navigation we've sold. So if I was to look at that and look at my group here, and I would add in weapons, and I would make a subgroup here, and I'll call it Good Ones. And then we'll make another one, and we'll call it Not So Good, because we don't know yet at this stage. And so in the good ones we're going to add in Force Multiplier and a Machinist Brilliance. Just looking at the sale rates of those, 0.45 and 0.52. And then Naga Hide 0.21 and 0.14 for the not so good. So let's add those two into the not so good category. So in terms of crafting operations, we've got 4 of each. Let's override this one to be 6 of each for those ones. And the not so good, let's keep it 4 of each for the moment. We can change that at another point, I think. Weapons profit 500 per expulsum, which is pretty nice. Rings only 200 per expulsum, so your time is worth more going for the weapons, certainly. Resetting the enchanting market on the day of reset. What are your recommendations? When should you not reset the market? This will be for rings and weapons, likely your best sellers. Yeah, reset day is always very good for that, and bump the price up. If you can get on just before 8 o'clock in the morning when the servers reset, even better, and then keep on top of it throughout the day. There goes another machinist brilliance. 10 spikes of sales after 9 p.m. Your server raids every day. You can notice that sales of food, drums, auto hammers in the afternoon. Interesting. The mythics start this reset day. Yeah, it's going to be interesting seeing how things come through, isn't it? I love just like keeping an eye on things as they happen. And then getting a feel for your own markets is also useful, and your own servers, and then you just instinctively know what's good and what's not good, and you start keeping those numbers in your head through familiarity. So we've got some loads of sales tonight so far. So Mystical, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. We're just going through everything at the moment. So we've added into our groups the mount equipment for tailoring and enchanting at this stage. So we've got enchanting, the light step hoof plates, and also a shopping for the mono hardened. And then for tailoring, we started on the Notorious gear, so we need to deal with that in a bit in the future when we get some more expulsum. And we've also got the Seabreeze saddle blanket on as well. Next week's reset day will be good when all the people get new gear from the Mythic Plus chest. Yes, I imagine they will do. So we've dealt with these groups quite nicely. The only thing I haven't looked at yet is cooking, which I've bought the new recipes for, but I haven't done anything new with that yet. So we should probably have a look at that one. What should you farm to make gold for the new raid? Enchants, if you can get, if you've got enchanting, would be a very good profession. If you've got alchemy, the potions. If you've got cooking, the feasts for that would be my immediate thoughts. If you don't have those professions, then look at what those professions require in terms of raw materials and see if you can provide the herbs and the fish and the meat for those for those recipes, so that you can then sell those. Would be my recommendations for specifically for the new raid. So let's have a look at. We've got a couple of things we can look at. We can look at cooking here. Farm, yes, exactly. I don't do any farming unless you count farming the auction house. Sorry, Ari, you've gone right in front of the camera there. So I think we could look at cooking at this point. See what we can do in terms of the new recipes. I think you can make big gold with any leather. I really should get. I should get earthen up to 120 so we can make use of the new leather, certainly. But yes, everyone's got stock at the moment from levelling. Yeah, that's true, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens once people's stock has been used up and they start doing other things. Certainly going to be interesting. I haven't done any of these world quests yet, but I'm not going to... Oh, there is an expulsum here for Mekdal's Big Mech. Obtained from scrapping items and scrap-o-matic. That's that. Waveblade anchor and Mekdal's Big Mac. What's that? I need 10 of those. Is that an auction house thing? That's the new food. Oh, is it food? Oh, okay. Oh, fantastic. Well, we need that. We were just looking at cooking. So that's come in. Oh, here it is. Mekdal's Big Mac needs ionized minnow. And spare parts. Oh, we do have some spare parts. Is that just 5 spare parts? Ionized minnow, I don't think I've seen though. So let's have a look at this. Shopping. Ionized minnow. Did I spell that incorrectly? Let's have a check. Mekdal's Big Mac, ionized minnow. Oh no, that's a Mechagon tinkering. It binds when picked up, so bind on pickup item. Oh, okay. Ah, they are soulbound. They are, yes. Okay. Here's a fish from Mechagon, all vacuumed up with the fish extractor from the quest. They're soulbound. Ah, you were talking about that quest earlier, weren't you? Okay. Well, that makes it difficult. So ionized minnow. Okay, let's have a look at this big Mac. How much is it? Currently 8 gold and 90. Okay, let's buy some whilst we're here, I think. And we'll deal with whatever comes out from that. It's not bind on pickup itself, is it? The thing. Mekdal. Interesting. The Big Mac doesn't appear on this. Oh no, it has come through. There we go. Just come through eventually. When you do the quest, it's really easy to farm and fun. Okay, we'll have to go and have a look at for that. There's a fishing quest you can do where you get a vacuum bot. You pick, you empty a fish pool in 1 click. There's loads of pools around the fishing quest giver. You have a jetpack. It takes no time to fish them up. Okay, thank you, Rasheen. Yeah, so we're going to need to do that in terms of cooking for the future. But for now, we'll buy some of this up. How many do we need? Let's take the 10 for the moment. Let's deal with that. Then we've got some. And then we can hand that in as we're standing here. And give ourselves an extra cooking skill up and 5 expulsum, which is going to be useful. Got to prep for raiding. Have a great week. Okay, KFC, thank you very much for stopping by tonight. Have a great raid. Hope it goes well. About time you get to run into you, good sir. Oh, thank you, Simulation. Hope you're doing well. We're up for another half hour, so you should get me towards the end, certainly. I had a stream crash, so it's definitely not accurate. But yeah, I've crashed twice already, unfortunately. Speak with the quest giver any time and ask to use the vac again. Okay, Adriana, so it's going to be really, really handy for the future. But I will. What I'll do is I'll stitch this this broken up stream into one video, and I'll stick it up on YouTube on Tuesday. So you'll at least get a whole stream then, hopefully, once I've pieced it all together with all the internet breaks we've had tonight. But so far so good. We're looking at cooking at the moment. We've got extra expulsum though, so with that extra expulsum I should be able to finish off the last of my tailoring, which is what we were looking at the moment. I need another 4 points in it. So looking at this, braces, how many have we got of these at the moment? We've got 9 of those. We've got 2 in my bags, 1 on the auction house of that. Those profits wise aren't so great. Mittens, a bit better, we've got 6 of those, but let's make some more braces. as it only cost me 1 expulsum. They should be relatively cheap to make, I think, just to give me the skill points I need to get up to 175. Might as well finish this off. There we go. And then we can go to the PvP vendor, which is, I believe it's this one, isn't it, on this side? There we are. And we'll finish off with our rank 3s that we need. Let's just check this on the side. TSM will be able to open up alongside. So we need Notorious. What's that one? Belt. Notorious satin belt. Belt rank 3. We'll take that one. And we need boots rank 3. Boots rank 3. We'll take that one. And this one will be pants, won't it? Pants rank 3. We'll take that one as well. There we go. Coarse leather on your auction house is 60 gold. Nylon threads 2 gold. Bloodstained bones are 3 gold. They're going crazy. That is, coarse leather at 60 gold is massively expensive. We're struggling at the moment with materials, I must admit, in terms of braces. So we are going to be in interesting times. I'll see what happens over the course of the week though. I'm sure I'll be able to pick up some more tie spray linen at a reasonable price, hopefully. We can go and have a look at it in a moment, actually. There we go. We at least made belt, boots and pants. And we can now go into the process of adding these onto our list, into our group, so we can flesh this out a little bit more. So let's have a look at our group for Notorious gear. Tailoring, Notorious. So crafting, we've got the 3 at the moment. We haven't made everything else yet, so we'll add in these 2 braces. Hopefully that will at least give us another chance at selling something. Somebody might buy them, you never know. So auctioning, and let's select all groups, run a post scan. So tailoring up to 175. That's brilliant. We've started Notorious. We'll see how we get on with that. I mean, obviously these prices aren't ideal. We'll see how we get on with everything. Let's stick those on. I mean, at 599, that's not a massive profit. 328 crafting cost. The gilded seaweed and deep sea satin is relatively expensive. We'll see how those go over time. If we get some sales, then great. Enchanting's doing very well though at the moment, so really happy with that in its current form. We will need to restock on that because auction wise we have sold loads throughout today. So loads of those have gone through. What we need to do next is have a look at cooking. So we had that new cooking one, which I had no idea what that was. Wonder what else there is here that is going to be interesting. So each of these need, we need cooking at 155 for that, baked potato for that, biltong. Okay, so we need to make, this is the tricky one, we need the ionized minnow for that, and the wildfire. So that's all the large meals on that point. Feast wise, there's probably something else we're going to need to learn in that respect. How are these doing in terms of sale rate? 0.48, 0.58, 0.54, 0.6, and then this one doesn't, yes it does, 0.59. Okay. But in terms of profits on those, let's have a look at those. None of those are really a particularly good profit, probably because of the rank 1 of these, although the only one that's constantly quite nice is this baked potato. So let's try and make a few of these. What do we need? Fresh potato and rubbery flank. I've got 19 of those in the guild vault, so I can at least make a couple. We could start off with this. So let's queue up 2 of these. And then we're going to have to go to our guild bank. So back to Borealis. Let's get started in cooking now. Oh, just sold an Accord of Critical Strike. So the thing with cooking is it's only going to be profitable if you can get the materials nice and cheap. So we're going to have to look out for all the new materials as well as everything else. So I'm going to have to set up a proper shopping group for this. I'm probably not going to get to sort this out completely tonight, but we can at least get started on it. So guild bank we're off to. Let's do that first. So this maintenance of professions is always interesting, just learning these new ones. And it also means reassessing the ones you have got as well. So what did we need here for cooking? Baked potato. That needed rubbery flank. Now let's have a look. Did we have some rubbery flank? Rubbery flank, there's the 19 I do have. Picked up on the way. So we also need the potato from, that will be from the vendor I imagine. Let's have a look at our crafting, gathering, fresh potato we need 4. So let's go have a look. Let's buy a stack of fresh potato whilst we're here. That way I've got some. Let's repair whilst I'm here. And then let's go for that. Durza, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well this fine evening. We're just going through cooking at the moment. And we're going to just craft ourselves some baked potato as our first thing. Oh, we need a Pierre. Where's our Pierre? There he is. We've got our chef's hat on. Doing very well, thank you. We've had lots of fun today, trying out our professions, seeing if we can get something selling, hopefully. So baked potato is our first thing. So we need to look out for rubbery flank. We need to add that to our list of stuff. So let's have a look at our group for this. Let's adjust our cooking. So cooking at the moment is all the old stuff. So let's look at large meals at the moment. Who's Tranquil? Oh, thank you very much. Who's Tranquility? Thank you very much. That's incredibly kind of you. That's going to get me going. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Very generous of you. Outstanding. There we go. Thank you very much. Whoever that is in chat, thank you indeed. Let's just move that down. And there goes another Accord of Haste. So we're looking at baked potato. That was a large meal from the looks of things. You've been crushing with Scribe. I would love to do all my professions. I am missing out on that. You're welcome. Very kind of you. Alright, cooking. So let's have a look here. Cooking. And so what I want to look at is this one first. So it was a large meal. So these are the new large meals. So let's have a look at these ones that are currently in here. Honey glazed haunches, spice snapper. Let's make a old one. So call this one old meals. And we'll add in the previous ones. Swamp fish and chips, spice steak and potatoes, and all of those ones. And then we'll add a new one here and we'll call this 8.2 meals. There we go. Not sure you should be selling old meals. No, I don't think so. I'm really trying to get rid of my stock on those, to be honest. I mean, looking at these, there are no profits on any of those except for the Sailor's Pie, which is currently a turn-in, which is why it's currently showing a profit. When there's a hand in and things like that, yes, as Bullywuff says. So I'm going to probably adjust that group to be something for just the hand-ins and do something... selling all meals can control real life. Of course, Rasheen, yes. I mean, if I can sell a delicious chocolate cake that's been in my guild bank for a year, then I think my health and safety rating is absolutely fine. But for now, everything is going to be fresh 8.2 stuff. So we'll start with this baked potato. And so we also need to have a look at ingredients. So now I have cooking mats here. 1, 2, 3 large meals, cooking mats. So I'm going to add one in here. And I'm going to call this 8.2 ingredients. And we're going to add in moist fillet and rubbery flank. I'll add those in. So looking at those, we need a shopping group for those. We've got a sniper one already. We need a shopping one there. Let's override that with shopping average by. Oh, Will Webster, thank you very much for the sub. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. Very much appreciated your support. Let's see, lots of Oreos, Bruce sauce, and a bit of everything. Thank you very much indeed. Oreo's fast asleep at the moment though. You know, health reasons and stuff. In BDO, fish you fish up expires. Yeah, that could be interesting, wouldn't it? Having fish just have a certain shelf life to it. That could be interesting. So 8.2 ingredients is fine. 8.2 meals. Now I have all the different cooking, 5, 10s, 1s and 20s. And I've got a crafting of 55 of each, which is pretty huge at the moment. I'm not sure I really want to be doing that many at this stage. I like the flying Samadan thumbs up. That works well as well. So I'm going to change this. Let's going to override this. Let's just do cooking in 10s for the moment. And crafting wise, we're not going to make quite so many of those. Let's just make 20 of each. So crafting 20 of each. Shopping, we could do a shopping operation just to have a look at shop crafting. And keep it at that. Old meals, I'm not so sure about that. I'm going to see what we'll have to come back to old meals, I think. I like the fresh fish from the sea. You live in Switzerland, mind you. Almost bought last Friday when seen. Apparently it's good for consumption for another 10 days. I was like, nope. Yeah, I would definitely prefer my fish to be fresh as they come, really. Or in the case of eggs, really fresh is the best. They do like their gone of fish. What is gone of fish? You hate fresh eggs. Interesting, Mushy. Do you find the taste is different? I find the texture is different. Oh, gone off fish. Ah, right, okay. That makes more sense. It's like a delicacy. Hey Solka, I hope I'm making plenty of gold. I'm happy with the amount at the moment. I have a question. Do you like the British author Agatha Christie? I've not really read any of her stuff other than the obvious sort of TV adaptations. So I haven't actually read any actual Agatha Christie myself. But I've seen some TV adaptations. So tomato forgot 4 weeks because it's behind in the basket. and still look fresh. That one went straight in the bin. I don't trust food that doesn't go bad. I can understand that, but if it looked alright, it probably was alright. You have to test it, really. Let's try these, talking of testing, let's try these potatoes. So let's put them on cooking 10s, crafting 20 of each. Let's keep that. It's possible. It's possible. It depends where you got it from, really, wasn't it? So let's run a post scan on that. So we're going to undercut the competition. That's quite a lot. At 49 gold. Crafting cost is 27. Rubbery flank is the trick there. Well, let's stick them on. See what we get. And if we can get some sales of that, we can work on our cooking some more. So that should be a decent way of at least starting the cooking. And once we've got everything up to rank 2 and 3, once we've skilled up a little bit more, then it'll be a lot easier to go through everything. Because we've only just really started on this. And we can make some more things just to get skill ups at this point. But I could maybe make another one of those for another skill up. Did you know that the beef from McDonald's is cleaner than beef you buy in the supermarket? How is it cleaner? And what was it cleaned with? How's 8.2 for everyone? Still not got back into it, working out the things. Fair enough, Will Webster. 8.2 I'm finding immensely fun. There's lots to do. I'm enjoying the change in professions in the sense that there's new stuff for everything. So I'm getting back into that. Slightly disappointed in the Notorious gear apparently not being as good as the Sinister gear. But I'm really enjoying the enchanting. That's done really well at the moment. Wait, you know something? Play while sitting. I'm not sitting on my knees. No, I'm sat on a cushion on the floor. But yes, it's very comfortable. You'll be surprised. Mince it, press some patties, and freeze it. Nothing is added. They just take a cow. Okay. Would herbs be good to farm in the new raid? I would give it a go. See, Mystical. You will be competing with people who have flying though, so we'll be able to get it quite quickly. So bear that in mind. Problem with organic foods is they go bad really quick. It's like throwing money out the window. So you really have to be quick and eat them. This is true, Mianax, definitely. If you want to avoid the chemicals, it's the way to go. But obviously you pay the price in both money and in longevity. So I'm not sure. I think I'll leave the cooking there for the moment. There's more we can do, obviously. Enchanting has been doing really well at the moment, so I'm really happy with the amount that's come through here. Look at all these sales that come through in the time that I've been online, and we've also got a whole load in the mail already to come through. My main problem here is going to be keeping up with materials, and looking at the Bracer Super Shuffle at the moment, we definitely need to look at this a little bit more. Let's have a look at all of these and run a shopping scan at this at the moment. There's a big controversy here, as I just keep saying beef. Oh right, okay, need all ingredients. That's why I buy frozen fruit. Frozen fruit's good. Have a nice smoothie with that, definitely. It's not even salt. That's why it's. That is why it is grey meat if it's cooked. Oh really? Miscale's cheap. Bloodstained bones cheap. Dredged leather. Why is dredged leather 109 gold? Should it really be that much? I did buy some for 175, so there is that. I should maybe buy a bit more just so that I can get some my price down on that one. Crag scale seems cheap. 1 gold 48. Don't know what I need that for at this stage. There's some tie spray here at 495. It's probably worth picking some of that up. There's a few there. I can get a few of these scraps. What's my average of tide spray at the moment? 589. Yeah, we can take some of these. take the 20s, take the 10, take the 54. I'll leave one of the two, I'll take the others, and I'll take the 3 and a few of the other scraps, and then we'll try and just keep our average going on this throughout the week and see if we can buy some more of this, and then we can get some more veiled crystals going. Nylon thread, I'll take that at 47.99. That's useful. 48, I'll take anything under 50 ideally, really. I'll take that. Oh, it's terrible to farm, is it? Only comes from the snapgrounds. Is that the drenched leather? Only drops in the snapgrounds. Strawberries, bananas, or any fruit that isn't fridge can't last in this heat wave. Yeah, that's true. You get yelled at if you try to farm it. Oh, really? You can talk all about that. Oh, really? I am mushy. We're almost there. But thank you for the reminder. I thought I'd just see if I could buy a few things on the end here. Shimmer scale, 7 gold 51. The tide spray is still cheaper at that, so we'll be okay for the moment. But stock wise, there's not a lot of this. I did see someone had about 20 odd stacks of 200 at about 5 gold something earlier. I didn't buy them. I'm kind of regretting that now. I wish I had. But during the week is a good time to buy things like this, so we'll be fine for the moment. We've got 348 tide spray. We've got 300 shimmer scale. Tempest hide's the trick at 6 gold 98. That's quite expensive now. Look, someone's called Oreo and they've got all the Tempest hide. That's quite expensive though at 7 gold. My normal mat cost is 1 gold 69. Although at that price I could probably still make honourable combatant braces at a good price. Gilded seaweave is obviously going down in price. Probably could do with just keeping a stock of that for the moment and keeping my prices low. So I'll just buy a few of those. I'll keep that 9 on, and I'll buy a few of the other ones. Anything under 10 we'll keep for the moment, because obviously region sale average is 300. That's ridiculously high. Market average is 37 though, which seems more reasonable. So 19 is a good price at the moment. I'm going to keep that at what it is at the moment. And that dredged leather, because I did buy some at 175, I feel like I ought to buy a little bit more of this just to put my average down. Oh look, there's someone that's got a stack of 200 there. How did they manage to get all of that? I don't know if I need a lot of this at this stage. I just want to keep my averages down. So I'm just going to buy that for the moment. And the same with that crag scale. I've only got 8 on me at the moment, so I want to just keep my prices low. Let's buy a few of these at the reasonable price. 195 is much more reasonable than everything else. Let's just take those. Okay, a few other bits and pieces, a few purchases, just to finish us off for the night. Oreo farming skins confirmed. Yeah, exactly. Right, okay. So I think I'm going to finish it up there. I want to say big thank you to everyone who's hung out in the stream tonight. Really appreciated it. Valostra, thank you for coming straight in there with the 7 months. Sam, Oreo in chat. Sorry you're late, out swimming today. Glad at least can catch the end of the stream. Well, thank you ever so much for catching the end, and thank you very much for your support. Really is appreciated. Let's see, lots of Oreos and Brutasaurs in Valostra. Thank you very much indeed. Some use children's labour, others use cat labour. Yeah, exactly. It would seem to be the case. But thank you all. It's been a really fun evening. I've enjoyed fleshing out my professions, getting them a little bit better, organising my groups a bit better, and we can develop it as we go and learn a bit more, especially with the cooking. There's lots to learn there, and we need to get, well, there's loads to do. There's still the reputation to get. There's the Awakening's alchemy. We need to deal with that at some point. Earthen needs to get up to 120, so we can deal with that one. Yeah, the VOD will be in pieces at the moment because we had a couple of disconnects, but I'll put a complete version up on YouTube on Tuesday, so you can catch it then in its entirety, hopefully. But until then, let's see if we can find someone to throw a host on over to. Who is on? We have... Who have we got on at the moment? No one doing gold making that I can see. No, I can't see anyone other than... No one that's actually doing gold making, so I think I'll just leave it there. And we'll just leave it at a peaceful note. So I want to say a big massive thank you everyone once again, and I hope you have a lovely week. I'll post on Twitter, Discord and all the usual channels throughout the week, so you can keep an eye on my daily mailboxes and keep in touch that way. And then we'll have another version coming out next Sunday, and hopefully I'll be able to post you all my updates until then. So have a great week with your gold making, and I'll hopefully see you all next Sunday. So from me, Oreo and Cookie, we'll wish you a very good evening, good night and farewell.